Yeah. It should be back on.
Yeah, I see it now.
Wait,
You're good.
mine still says offline. Though. Okay, doesn't matter for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Where was
Eloy's
I?
brilliant move.
Eloy, in his brilliant move, he shifted himself to look exactly like one of the bandits that had been being killed on the runes. Then he placed himself onto the rune while Landragos Anras' attention was focused elsewhere. Then, as the party as she was almost devastating the party in a lot of fashions, she finally was sent into a rage as the party had kind of broken through her resolve and started actually doing a lot of damage to her. She then rushed towards who she thought to be one of her servants on the runes, and as she rushed up to them, Eloy stabbed up with his rapier, unfortunately missing horribly, and she came down with her greatsword upon him and also bathed him in blue fire that pretty much sent him swinging.
Was it pure blue fire though?
It was light blue fire.
Like a cyan.
Yeah, like a cyan. And
Maybe a corn
so while the group continued to fight Landragosa, or I'll just call her Cyanrath, that's way easier to say, within his own soul.
Or Syndragosa.
Yeah, within his own soul, Eloy was fighting to make sure it was not ripped from him. Unfortunately, a good portion of it was ripped from him, and even though he was revived, his constitution is not where it used to be, and he feels very much a weaker version of himself.
He's basically Voldemort.
Luckily, Sonnet,
He already looked like Voldemort.
Luckily, Sonnet, the Cyan Wrath's wrath,
Oh god.
Matrix style, put a crossbow up to her head as she was dropped to one knee and ended up slaying her just in time to be able to heal up Eloy as the smoke was pouring over the entire room. As the smoke poured over the entire room, they got a feeling as if they were being tossed about, like left and right, up and down, almost like a retching feeling in your stomach, but your feet were not moving at all, and you were standing solid on the ground. What the sounds of like whirling and stuff like that stopped, and as the smoke died down, you heard sounds of owls and forest creatures. And as the smoke dissipated completely, you found yourself in the middle of a dark forest on a road that looks like it hasn't been traveled in some time. And then, so we can go ahead and start. As let me see if I can get this picture for you. This is kind of what it looks like.
Oh my god.
The only light you have is moonlight. It's very dark out, and only people that either have dim light vision people can see sort of clearly. Dark vision people can see clearly.
Dark vision.
Yup.
Okay.
Are we on like a moor of some sort?
No.
That's
Yes,
a
more
moray?
And then
That's not a moray.
so, but as the smoke clears, you notice that your friend Brick is not with you. In his place is Regibald, the man who Carmichael suggested run off the room, was also caught in the smoke with you and was transported with you.
Yes.
You see him down on the ground, basically throwing up from probably the tossing and turning. His resolve is not near as great as the party of adventurers. He kind of looks up at you, and he has like a dazed look in his eyes, and he goes, "What the hell happened?"
And I'm just maniacally laughing with his boss's light blue blood all over my face and all over my hand crossbow.
Speaking of which,
I wanna reach
I
down.
hand it to you soaking wet in
Dragonborn.
dragon blood.
I just have this like pale complexion, dazed look at my face. Still in.
And I have just like a Joker grin on my
I'm
face.
trying to think what my last action was before this happened.
I'm still in kip form, by the way. So. Oh my god.
There's that maniacal laughter.
There's
Yeah.
that cackle.
Everyone has apparently gone crazy during this shift.
Oh, I guess I'm also probably covered in blood because I was like in melee range when that shit went down.
Yeah, a lot of people are covered in blood that were near the person, and
I'm extra covered in blood.
yeah, Eloy.
It's your own blood, though.
Eloy's is his own, and so you can see.
Which is
like,
also icky blue.
Yeah, it's a real icky
Hey,
blue.
out of character, would the spell remove curse be pretty beneficial at this point?
It'd probably be pretty nice.
For no reason.
I can only imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
So.
We'll see how it progresses.
Regibald looks back up and he goes, I said, what the hell happened?
I just look at him and go,
Yeah.
who the hell are you?
Where the hell are we?
And he
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
he like kind of dry heaves a little bit, and you can tell he wipes his mouth off and he stands back up, kind of like probably just as woozy as Eloy is, and he says, I don't know, last thing I remember I was playing a card game with a bunch of kobolds, and then now I wake up and I'm here.
You play cards with kobolds?
Were you playing Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
I asked in character.
He goes, I think that's what it was. It was a crude game with dirty humor, but I loved it.
He gains +1 disposition to me for saying that.
Okay, good. I'll put down it in his reputation tab. But okay, so he kind of looks up at you and he goes, "Who are you?"
Me?
All
I
of
saved
you.
your life.
Tis Carmichael,
And I
your
slap
savior.
him when he says, who are you, to Carmichael.
And he gets hit, and he goes, he kind of like rubs his cheek and goes, "What the hell was that for?"
You don't know who this is?
I mean, I kind of like do like how like girls like would flick their hair back. I like throw my like clothes back a little bit, and like my, of course, I mean, even though everything that's happened, my perm looks fantastic.
Yeah. If there's one thing that keeps during travel, it's the perm.
I pull myself together just enough to turn into him and say, I'm you.
You see like a crazy look go over his eyes. And he goes, "Oh my God, Regibald, what have you gotten yourself into?"
He's so high right now.
Oh my God.
And I say to
Out of
myself,
character, I
oh
feel
my
like
God,
Red
it's
Bull's
like
gonna be
a...
the guy that just gets murdered by some horrible monstrosity immediately.
Hey guys, I'll go first.
All I know is he's wearing like a Star Trek red shirt.
Yeah, for sure. We should always have a red shirt with
Yeah,
us.
his shirt is kind of like red, and then his pants
I'm gonna clap
are-
my hand on Regibald and I'm like, you know, man, I don't really know you, but I think I'm really kind of getting attached. I like you.
And he kind of like pats your hand and he goes, "Well, how do we get out of this forest?"
Regibald, and then I look kind of around. Honestly, the camera pans out far away, and I say, I have no idea.
Okay,
I'm gonna say, wait a second, how the hell did we get in the forest? Is no one else as freaked out about this as me? I mean, I know Eloy almost died.
I look startled and I go, oh yeah, we are in a forest.
I'm shaking back and forth.
I know it's for the first time.
yeah. So visibly
I'd be like,
shaken,
It
obviously.
doesn't feel like home.
Yeah.
I'm humming to myself and shaking back and forth.
Okay. Obviously,
Well-
the group is really shaken. Everyone is kind of, just like you just don't know where you are. It's a very weird feeling. Even Brittany, as you kind of try to scan the woods around you, you get this uneasy feeling that this is kind of like a wooded area that it doesn't seem familiar to you. The trees look a little different and everything like that. It's just a really weird situation for you. And so as
Can
you
I do a
guys,
geometry check?
yeah, you can.
Oh, God, it's all wrong.
Yeah, no, to you it's all right. And then
Okay. Can I do a perception check?
yes, to do
Alright.
what?
I just want to see, like, if I can. Well, actually, it would probably be. Well, I want to see if I can figure out a way out.
Okay, well there is a road that you're on.
Okay. But
I guess
how
I'm
do
still
I
in
know
my,
which
my
way
80s
to go
attire,
down?
my 80s based robe at this point.
Okay, you could probably
only
make
way
like
through
a
is
nature
forward.
check to
Uh,
or nature or perception to try to discover like north and
Okay, I'm
south
gonna
and west
use
and-
my perception to figure out which direction is north.
Okay.
Where's my +7? That's 18.
Okay, 18. Yeah, you can tell that if you basically you're on a road and you can tell that it goes north and south, and you can go one way on this road and it'll be north, and go another way and it'll be south.
Okay, so I lift one leg behind me and point it straight, and then I point my nose towards north, and then I realize that I'm still naked and a female, like, human.
Yeah.
Instead of my wolf form.
Are you an elf or are you human?
I'm an elf. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. I'm an elf. So
Okay,
I'm still
Thanos tried
okay.
that, sir.
I'm naked and I'm pointing in a very awkward position But
Fetch, is Brick trapped in a well?
Yeah, where the fuck is Brick?
Rick.
Which one was he? Which hamster?
Yeah.
I
I
ponder.
haven't seen- I feel like I haven't seen Brick in a dimension.
In a planar shift.
Yeah.
So as you guys are kind of sitting about joking about how you haven't seen Brick in a while,
Yeah.
you hear, or anyone can pretty much hear, like the galloping of horses.
Oh,
And
God.
anyone with dark vision sees, probably about 150 feet away from you, a group of 6 horses, or a group of like 6 horse riders moving in your direction very
I definitely
swiftly.
should have. Had I thought about it, I would have used the light by now. I should have done that. I did not, though.
Let's
Should we hide?
and I will.
But now that I see them, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, hide off the road. I want a Mask of the Wild in foliage.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I'm
Yeah,
completely get it.
Brick can do that as well. I'm gonna ready fairy fire to land it right in the middle of them.
In the event that they're hostile.
Toppins.
Yeah, it doesn't do damage.
Okay.
yeah.
Toppins.
What does Fairy Fire do?
Brad, are
It's a
you
20-foot cube dexterity save, and if they fail, they're illuminated in light, 10 feet radius around every individual. So it would like even illuminate the horses.
Okay.
And anything that's hit by it can't go invisible, and attacks on them have advantage.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So as y'all
And
kind
I'm gonna prepare. I think it's light or mage light for a dramatic.
of entrance.
Yes.
Okay. So as
After fairy fire triggers.
as you kind of scatter into the shrubbery and trees and stuff like that beside you, you
Yeah.
I'm definitely up a tree.
it just wherever you want to hide, you all, or I guess, you all hide very successfully, and the horses kind of come almost right to the location, and you can see kind of above you in the trees, it still looks like there's kind of a fog in the area, and you can kind of get the feeling in from where you are that it's the same feeling you had when you were within the fog. It's kind of like an uneasy feeling, and it's kind of risen up above you, but there's nothing kind of at your level. And they roll up right where you kind of found yourselves as the fog dissipated. And you see one of them, a rather large one, kind of hop on his horse, and it's like a very loud thud as he kind of lands on his horse. And he's kind of looking around as if he's searching for something, and he kind of looks back up to the people, and he says,
Do we know what kind of thing he is?
he's
Feanor?
no, he's cloaked, like he has a kind of like a hood over him. And so Brandon, your fairy fire went off then?
Yeah, if they're within 60 feet.
Yeah, they're like right. I mean, y'all kind of scattered off the sides of the road, I assumed, and so they'll be probably within about 30, 40 feet of you. So
Alright,
so as soon as they go there, then a big like shine of light illuminates them all.
Yeah, it's like iridescent, like purples and blues and greens and stuff.
Okay, like this almost like a color spray, like
Right.
brightens
Color.
all
It's pretty
around you.
psychedelic.
And then so that would happen before the guy hopped off his horse, and the horses kind of rear back, and they're really confused as to by what's happening. And then
It's a
go ahead.
oh sorry, it's dex saves.
Okay.
Psst, Regibald. Are you scared?
Yeah, I'm real scared. He's like hiding behind you guys. Okay, so 2 saved from it, and then the other 4 did not.
Oh.
But yeah, as that kind of happens, you see the larger one that's hooded kind of still perk up, and he still hops off his horse and is kind of like searching around the area.
2 were affected for 1.
And then he kind of looks around and looks at the horses, and then it kind of peers into the forest a bit, and then he says,
Guys, hold on. Feanor?
and
Eloy?
Wait.
I'm gonna jump down
And
as soon as I hear that.
Yeah. As he says that, he kind of takes his hood off, and the light that's illuminating him illuminates his face, and it is in fact your friend Brick.
Brick, you bastard! I'm gonna hug him.
I'm gonna jump into his arms.
Everyone, it's okay.
So I'm gonna
Where
be
were
in
you?
between. I'm gonna be
From
in
the
between
cave.
Feanor.
It's a big
know.
war
It's
force.
a
I'm gonna-
computer.
So as I see y'all, I'm gonna say, I figured y'all'd be here sooner or later.
Where's here?
This is actually just outside of.
Are we in the Matrix?
No, we're actually just outside of a small town called Danvagel.
Dan
Oh,
Bagel,
Dan Bagel.
Is that in Braylon?
Actually, we're in a domain called Lamordia. I guess it's been about 3 years now since I've last seen y'all.
Oh my god.
3 years?
And then, so I'm going to shout to my other companions, say, everyone, it's okay. They're okay. They're not Frank. But be on guard.
I'm gonna say, wait, Brick, we were just fighting with you hours ago.
I'm gonna say, as a matter of fact, let me be Frank. And then I'm gonna point at Feanor and say what he just said.
And I said, well, Sonnet,
I laugh
fangs are a
heartily,
little
but it's secretly it's just lost on me.
I say, well, Sonnet, your fangs are a little short to be Frank.
Oh god.
But come with us. I'll explain on the way.
Okay.
Carmichael and Sonnet obviously are sharing a horse.
But before we go,
Kim and
there's a
Kanye
task
and horse.
that me and these townsfolk have to take care of.
A task.
Do you need any
We
help?
help you.
We could definitely use some extra help.
Let's do it.
Turns out werewolves are a thing, and one of our good townspeople is one, and he escaped from the jail cell, and we're out looking for him. We don't want to kill him. We just want to restrain him until this full moon's done.
And I just stare at Fetch. Oh my god. 'Cause
Wait,
not a
she's
wolf.
naked.
I know. And for the first time, I realized she's no longer in wolf form. And I go, wait, Fetch.
Yeah, while we go to town, could we possibly get me some clothes?
I say, Dewey, watch
Tomorrow-
those eyes.
I
And then
have some
get her
spare
a cloak.
robes.
And then I look down at my awesome shredded but 80s attire still. I could probably use some more updated look.
You can't mend those?
He
I
already
meant
did mend them
that's what they
to
turned
look like
into.
that.
Yeah, I can give you like a cloak. You're not wearing any of my fine clothes, though.
No, I
I'll
had,
just take a shirt.
Yeah, I had my old robes from when because I got this new one from the Broken Hill people or whatever. So she can
Oh,
have
yeah.
whatever I was used to have.
I'm really hoping
That'll
we can
work.
find some nice
Yeah.
like gothic horror, like Victorianish like villager clothes. It's just roll I'm researching.
You're wearing traditional Valinor royalty robes now?
Well, I'm wearing a cloak and a top hat.
Ah, are you
That's
really?
definitely how I always
Yeah.
imagined.
You have a monocle?
No,
Like a
but-
steampunk monocle?
Brick, are you mayor? I asked.
Actually, I'm sheriff.
What?
Sheriff?
Like I said, I'll explain later. We just need to find Frank.
Explain on the
first.
road. Let's go.
Guys, let's be frank.
Regibald, it's okay. You can-
You're so. That's that one. It gets me every time.
Eloy and Regibald are doubling up.
Regibald and Regibald. Get it right. I am Regibald.
Crazy bastard.
I am Regibald.
I'm gonna lean over to Brick and say some stuff happened with Eloy. We're not really sure yet.
Well, some stuff will happen to these
I'll
towns
explain on the way.
if we don't.
Okay.
If we don't find Frank soon,
Yeah,
it could
let's
turn
go.
into a very bad situation.
Okay, and so as you guys, the horses are big enough to where you can all ride like tandem with someone.
There's no
And-
wagon.
There's no wagon. On the back of all of them, they're all equipped with a bunch of nets.
God damn it.
Of course they are. Why
The realm of nets.
is there also a harpoon launcher?
No, not right now.
It's
Think about all
mounted
these
on the
net
front
feeds I
horse.
took.
And
Yeah, right. Oh.
so you hear like all the men are kind of like they've noticed you, but they're not really like paying attention to you right now, even though you're on their horses. They seem to be searching really hard. And you hear the name Dewey thrown around, and then you see like a young, probably like 16 or 17-year-olds that, and
Dewey?
real quick, James, do you want to describe your badge that you have?
You have a badge?
He's
Yeah.
a sheriff.
I forget what I said my badge was gonna
His
be.
But he
badge
has to
looks
have a
like
white
a
hat.
like a gear. It's like
Oh,
a
that's
gear
right.
that's over it. But
Oh, that's
it's like
cool.
Yeah, like a star gear
So I'm on-
type thing.
I'm on the back of a horse of like one of Brick's buddies.
Yeah, you're actually on the back of Dewey's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
Dewey's
like
my deputy.
who's a
I'm gonna-
16-year-old young deputy who has a smaller like cog
I'm gonna
type thing.
I'm gonna whisper in his ear. Hi, I'm Archibald. What's your name?
And he kind of looks back at you, and then and he goes, Brick, your friends are really interesting. Or sorry, hey Brick, your friends are really interesting.
Golly,
Yeah.
Brick.
I want to say I almost forgot how interesting they were.
So wait, who am I
As you say,
riding with?
Dewey, shut the
But
fuck
they're-
up. We're trying to
but they're
find
good.
Frank.
They're good people, more or less.
Brick,
I'm just yelling Frank at this point.
Carmichael's wandered off into the woods yelling Frank.
And as Carmichael wanders off into the woods and is yelling Frank into the air, you hear like
Oh,
a piercing. Carmichael, can you make a perception check real quick?
I can certainly try my damnedest.
Yeah, that's all I want you to ever do.
Do we just hear somebody going
my
polo?
I really want to hear a howl.
My perception is 0, so that's a 9.
So that's a 9. So as you've been kind of wandering through, the horses are kind of going slowly because they're trying to go through the path of the forest and everything like that. Carmichael is actually up ahead, just yelling Frank out, yelling
just,
Frank.
just beeline
Yeah.
it through this
Yeah,
forest.
just like, getting after it.
I've
And
also,
then-
I've definitely illuminated like my ceremonial Chris
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, just holding a light into the air. And as you do that, you're yelling. Unfortunately, the volume of your voice has kind of muted the sounds of your surroundings right next to you. And you
How many
see,
decibels do you think I hit?
probably at least, I don't know how loud decibels are. I'm going to say at least 37.
Good
That's
lord.
really loud for
Okay,
one
at
person.
least 20.
My AC unit is like 37 decibels.
Okay, so
I think it really is like 33.
Okay, so that's not that loud. Your thing's not that. Okay, so as you're yelling, you stop yelling Frank for a second to catch your voice, and you hear a rustling, and right beside you, a large, almost like hairy humanoid figure jumps out and leaps at you.
Do
Okay.
we see this happening?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can I make a quick reaction?
Yeah, you can make a quick reaction.
Should
we
we
just
roll
say-
initiative?
Don't. I said,
Yeah, roll
guys,
initiative.
there he is. Remember, don't let him bite you.
Or I could be a werewolf.
Okay.
I say to no one in particular. Only Eloy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. Brilliant. Does an
Theodore's rubbing
18
his
hit your
hands.
AC?
Certainly.
Okay, so he jumps down on you, and he like pins you to the ground, and he is just like snarling above you, like
Okay.
his
Frank?
very. As you say Frank, you see like in his eyes where it was like pale,
Humanity?
yeah, pale yellow. You see almost like it flashes, and it looks like human eyes, and then it flashes back to the yellow, and the snarl keeps happening, and he's like looks as if he's about to bite you. But everyone roll initiative.
Guys, I'm on Team Frank.
I don't know if I can handle this.
Crap.
You Frank.
I
I'm
don't.
not gonna re-roll, but mine's.
Yes, Carmichael takes the stage.
Oh God. Wow.
Guys, we're awesome.
Starting out strong.
Fetch.
There you go.
I'm 11.
I get to play my
starting
new
to sweat.
I get to play my new character. Thank God.
Starting to sweat a bunch and get really nervous.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Brandon, what is yours?
11.
11. Brad, what is yours?
If only I had picked my level 3
just eight.
skills, perhaps I could
Yours
have
is an
gotten
8.
8.
Brentley, what is yours?
I think my initiative is +1 right now. So yeah, a 3.
Nice. Brittany,
And I'm
what
gonna
is
go
yours?
ahead and sorry.
Brittany, what is yours?
And I'm gonna cutting
19.
words Frank on his initiative.
Okay, so that means I roll a what?
Oh, sorry. I should let you do it.
Oh no, you did it. 6. Fine.
So -6 on his initiative.
Nice. That's really good. Okay, Brittany,
Okay.
what's yours? You're muted if you've said anything.
I was looking for my pencil. I'm a 19.
19. Damn. TJ, what is
Yeet.
yours?
9.
Yes,
James?
yes, Warren. That might be
3.
helpful.
3. So you guys are like just raring to act.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I'm really not really worried about what's going on.
it will be Brittany's turn.
All right, so considering I'm the only one who has like some sense about them, I feel like I have to save Carmichael from himself again. So I'm
Or save
going
him from
to I'm going to use my Thorn Whip,
Oh, snap.
and I'm going to try and pull him off of Carmichael
Gotcha.
so he doesn't eat him. Because that's a big, strong possibility. So,
Real strong.
oh my gosh, where did it go? Okay, there it is. Ooh.
Everyone also, by the way, starts with inspiration.
Okay.
You,
I probably should have
you
used
didn't
that on my
actually roll.
initiative.
You didn't actually roll a d20.
I did.
It says roll. Yeah, it says a d20.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
How's
the
that for my
reroll's way better.
inspiration?
Yeah, that is good.
Okay, so. And so that's going to be 7 damage, and I'm going to pull him. Wait, how far away is he? Me, personally.
We'll say 35 feet.
Follow the buzzer.
Okay, so I'm going to move forward, then use my Thorn Whip,
Okay.
and pull him. I'm going to move forward about 10 feet, pull him 10 feet. Does that
Okay.
sound good?
So you
Okay.
just rip him off of Carmichael.
Yeah. So I'm going to run at him, and you see the thorns coming from my hair, and grab him around the neck and pull him. Not too close. Not too close.
She's a
Just close enough.
sassy one.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so pretty much Carmichael.
Dewey, did you see that?
You see this snarling werewolf, or wolf humanoid figure over you, and he looks as if he's about to just bite into you. But then you see his eyes kind of like lose its snarl for a second, and then he's ripped off of you towards you, and you see just a whip wrap around his body as it rips him back.
And I say, down, boy.
Nice. And are you okay? Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, and then it will be my turn. So are you still like holding on to him with your whip, or does it release as soon as your turn's over?
I think it releases as soon as it's over.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of like is sliding on his back towards you as you've ripped him off, and he gets up, turns around, and looks at you with like the same stare that he gave Carmichael, and he rushes towards you. And does a does a 16 hit your AC?
Me?
Yeah,
Who wins in a tie?
me.
Oh, hey, also, when he pinned me, did he hurt me at all, or was it just the pinning?
It was just the pinning.
Oh, dude, that grappling son of a bitch.
There it is. Okay.
So that did hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he comes down and he bites at you.
Oh, by the way, that was a 14, right? That was a 14. Not because I didn't have my plus on it, so 14 damage.
Oh, 14
Sorry.
damage?
Yeah.
No, Thorn Whip doesn't do
It
modified
doesn't do
damage.
that?
No, because it's a spell.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay,
Don't
so-
listen to me. I'm
okay,
still
gotcha.
trying to write my
Yeah.
paper.
So he comes in and he kind of gets you like right in your shoulder. He just bites down on you and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's just a d20, right? Please
What's
do
your
it.
Constitution?
Plus my constitution is going to be 14? 14?
14. Yeah, so as he kind of bites into you, you almost feel like the wound fester immediately, and like your body feels as if it's being weakened. You can feel like almost like, just something going within you, but then you you pull yourself out of it and you kind of shrug it off and you feel like your body go back to normal. But then as he's got you in his bite, he comes down and swipes you with his claw.
Ouch.
And then you take 7 slashing damage.
Okay, so that's gonna be damn. Okay. All right.
I like that you're rolling the damage in it.
And yeah, and then as he does that, he releases his bite from you and gives out a large howl, and then is kind of just sitting there as if almost like a cornered dog as he sees like everyone around him trying to figure out what his next move is. And then it will be Sonnet's turn.
Is he in like a rage?
Yeah, like like almost like a frenzy.
Okay. So suggestion like probably wouldn't have any kind of effect on him.
Do I make a save against it?
Well, it's got to be you do,
Okay.
but it's just like it's got to be a reasonable situation though.
Well,
And I feel like
what would probably happen is I would just have advantage against it. I would think.
okay. Yeah. Oh man. This is okay. I'm just gonna viciously mock him. I'm just gonna bite my thumb at him. Make a wisdom save.
None of us were on Team Frank, I guess.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 20.
Okay, yeah, you're good there. And then I'm going to inspire my good friend Brick. So you have Bardic Inspiration. It's D8s now.
For what?
Any attack, saving throw,
Oh, okay.
When you roll, that's not damage.
advantage, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Nice. And then it will go to TJ.
All right. After seeing it bite down and slash on my my one pure elven friend, I'm going to dart off my horse and I'll use my whip to get it off of her.
Okay.
And let's see, that's gonna be. It needs to make a Dex saving throw.
It fails big time.
All right. It is going to take 15 damage,
Okay.
and I'm going to pull it. I'm just gonna knock it prone.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pull it to the ground with my water whip. It's gonna dissipate, and then I'm gonna run up and. How does attacking work on a prone target?
You have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna get like full mount it, and we're just gonna start.
5.
Let's see. Does a 11? I assume doesn't hit it.
No, it does not.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You have advantage.
Oh, that's true. I don't even need to. Yeah. So 21 hits it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'll just. I'll go ahead and take the second damage, even though it's lower. That's 9 damage, and I get to actually attack again because I'm level 5. Whoop.
That'll hit as well. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's a 1. Natural 1.
That was on the second
Oh, okay.
one. The first one was a 20.
Gotcha.
I did say so it'll take 13 more damage. So 13 plus. So it's 22 damage. 22 more damage plus the
Okay.
15 from the water. And that's just me on top of it, just pounding it with this broken hilt in its face.
Yeah, as you do that and you're just like beating the shit out of it, it lets out like almost like a whimper and starts like a dog on its back, just kind of like trying to get away from you.
Oh, I don't stop.
Okay.
I'm just staying on top of it. That's on my turn.
Okay.
No means no.
He's got him in the full mount.
Yeah.
There's no stopping him.
The ref's got to stop the fight.
It will be Brad's turn.
Okay, so as I am seeing all this happen, going on. I'm sweating and I'm freaking out a little bit. And you just kind of noticed me. Change, so to speak.
Oh God.
And I whisper into Dewey's ear. I thought you guys wanted him alive. You better hurry, or you'll fail to save your friend. And that'll be my turn.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I
And
love you. I love New Eloy.
James, it's now your turn.
I honestly understand.
So
Well.
I'm immediately going to say, Theanor, don't kill him. And I'm going to get off my horse and
Off your high horse. I think
I'm going to throw a net and try
That's
to
exactly what I was thinking.
throw a net onto
You have advantage.
Frank.
Or wait.
Well, it's gonna hit me too, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be real mad about it.
You failed this city.
Okay, so when I have advantage, I just get to roll twice.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's going to be plus your dexterity or your strength.
So it'd be a +3, which gives it 12.
12. That is actually going to wrap up both. Okay, so TJ, your character can either choose as you see the net coming, because I assume that you have a higher AC than 12.
Yes.
Okay, as you see Brick hop off the horse, take a net, and then toss it your way, and you can tell it's about to land right on this wolf. So your character can either make the choice to get off the wolf and dodge the net, or you will be underneath the net as well.
With the wolf.
I'm staying on the wolf.
Okay, yeah. So Brick just tosses this net, and it's one of those nets that has like rocks at the end of it or whatever that's like weighted down, and it just goes over both of you. And
I'm too enraged by the fact that it was attacking our elf friend.
Yeah, and so you see the squirming of the werewolf gets even more furious as the net goes over him. And then, is that going to be the end of your turn, Brick, or are you doing something else?
And then I'm just going to say, quick man, hurry. Secure him.
Okay, and then brilliantly, your call to action has been met.
Oh,
Wait,
snap.
so
So wait, who's still trapped in the net? Just Frank?
Frank
No,
and
I'm there too.
Theodore.
And beans.
Jeez, dude.
Who's the real
Um,
rabid dog in this?
I keep looking back at Dewey when I'm making these one-liners and just like smiling and doing the thumbs up.
Dewey,
Oh,
Honestly,
Dewey's getting freaky shit whispered in his ear from Eloy.
are you not going to help your friend, Dewey?
Oh my god!
Good joke.
I'm gonna kill you, Lloyd.
I'm gonna use I'm just gonna use suggestion. Well, I guess I'm gonna use my. I'm not really sure. I'm sure Frank can understand. I mean, I saw the humanity in his eye. This is all happening. I'm just thinking all this. It really might take 2 turns for me to think all these thoughts. So I might have to pass.
Ready a thought for next turn.
But anyways, I'm gonna just use my my telepathy to use suggestion on Frank, and I'm just going to. I'm gonna be like, hey man, these this net you're in is pretty cool. You should try reactivating it even more.
Okay, and then I make a, what's the save?
It will be wisdom, and now mine's 15, dude. Let's see you get past that.
Okay, well, okay, so as you kind of enter his mind, normally when you enter like a human's mind or any kind of creature, it's normally like kind of like clear, even in battle, like it's kind of clear and thinking things through. Whenever you enter Frank's mind, it is just like chaos, and you feel as if you like your essence is being tossed around within it, like you can't even like get a clear word in. But as you
Do I get one of those classic telepathic nosebleeds?
yeah, as
Damn.
you say your suggestion, you're almost like can hear the words just disappear within his mind, and as you kind of come back out of it, you have a slight trickle of blood coming out of your nose.
You just incept him?
And then I kind of look at everyone and I go, well, I tried.
He continues into the woods yelling, "Frank!"
And then so the 4 kind of men jump off their horses, and they all have nets around them, and you can tell they all have like swords ready or clubs ready. They don't have sharp weapons or anything like that. And two of them come and they lift the net real quick. And TJ, if you're gonna try to resist, make a strength contest.
Resist getting off of this thing?
Resist getting pulled off of it.
Yeah, I want to resist.
Okay, go for it. I'm
Okay.
so sick of rolling.
Strength contest?
Yeah.
Did Dewey get off his horse?
I do not resist.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So-
this is when I'm actually using my inspiration. Definitely getting pulled off.
Yeah.
A
So they
science-
lift the net real quick, and two of them just grab you
dainty-
by your arms and almost just like throw you onto the ground as you slide away. And then
gonna
the
hate
rest
these
of them take all their nets and they just pile them on. And they like kind of try to group up all the little stone things as they like put them in a bunch and tie a bunch of ropes around it. And Frank is just going nuts on the inside, like any animal would, as you know you're trying to capture them, especially when they can like see everything around them. And they just tie it to the back of the horse for the time being. And the horses, where you saw them kind of get excited when the fairy fire was going around and all the crazy lights and something they weren't used to. These horses like haven't moved the entire time. You can tell that this is something that they're used to and maybe trained for even. But while they're doing that, Dewey kind of turns around to Eloy, and he doesn't look you in the eyes. He's just kind of looking down, and he's like, "Mister, are you okay?"
Oh boy.
And then he, as you kind of say that, he kind of like hops off his horse, and he just walks over while all this commotion is going on, and gets onto another horse like on the opposite side of like the line, and and he just kind of sits there, and then
And when he walks by me, I go, "Did you see the 4 high horsemen?" And I do the thumbs up to him again.
and he's just kind of looking
a
like,
horse all to myself.
Oh my god.
And so as they kind of
was
get him tied
terrifying.
up, they get him wrapped up, and he is like thrashing about for a bit. But then there's like almost like cloud cover comes over, and the night just gets really, really cloudy, and the moonlight kind of dissipates in the area, and it actually gets very, very dark. So anyone without dark vision is like basically can't see. But as it happens, that's about how dark it would be. But as it happens, they the men go to the backs and take some torches out and kind of get them all set up in the area. And we're gonna fast forward an hour unless anyone wants to say or do anything.
Nope.
I want to kick the dog in the net.
Is there still a net on the back of my horse?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out a knife and slice it up a bit so it can't really be used.
Okay.
Nice.
But
Nice.
but make it
Fucking
look
net.
like it's still usable.
Yeah, I know. Just like like poking holes in a condom. but
Dude, you'll be
slicing.
fine. Nothing horrible is gonna happen to you.
And okay, so Brick kind of explains to you that once the moonlight stops hitting him, it just takes a bit, but then he goes back to his human form. So really, you're just playing the waiting game right now. And so they kind of make a campfire up after they got the torches all around and stuff, and they take out like some food, some like tins and stuff like that, and just kind of warm it up over the fire. And they're like, this is almost like commonplace from these guys. They're just kind of talking about like what they're doing tomorrow and like if the harvest looks like it's going to come in fine and things like that. Dewey's a little more visibly shaken. He doesn't seem as resolute as these 4 other gentlemen or as Brick, but
Dewey.
he kind of takes this. He's wearing like a
Dewey.
like. Brick has a top hat on that's pretty large because he's a big Warforged person. Dewey has a very, like, probably the same size as Brick does, and it's just like it falls down the back of his head to where it kind of shows like the top of his head because it just doesn't fit in.
His
correctly.
ears are sticking out.
Yeah,
the side.
Yeah, just at the side. Like, I mean,
Is he-
if there was a definition of ragtag and there was a picture beside it, he would just be there.
Dude.
He's like
Is
kind
he
of
a
got like.
is
Yeah,
he a
he's
human?
human. All these
Okay.
men are human.
Okay.
And they kind of sit there, and then so fast forward about an hour. They offer you food as well, and fast forward about an hour, and in the net there is now a human, just kind of laying there, almost shivering from the night has slowly gotten colder and colder, and he's like just cold sweat down his body, and he's just shivering and but he's almost dead asleep.
Is he
I'm
bloody?
gonna walk over to him and like kind of patch him up a little bit and throw a cover over him.
Okay, yeah. And so you see them kind of like set up like a little, almost like a hammock in between two of the horses, and he's kind of slung up in between them, and then they just kind of let you know that they're heading back into town or whatever, and just sort of start riding back into town. It's about a 45 minutes ride on the horses back into town, but you're moving fairly slow because of the setup you have in between the horses. But as you kind of excuse me, round it, the morning, it's still rather dark, but the light of the town kind of gets up, and if it was day you'd be able to see it, but we'll just give it to you anyway. You're kind of coming from the bottom road here on the right, and you see just kind of like this really small town, like pretty quaint, not that many buildings in it. Up further north, if you keep taking the road straight, there looks to be like a town hall type church and everything. Some people are getting up already, and look like there's just a few people in the streets and things like that. But other than that, and no one really casts like a sideways glance at the man in the net in between the two horses. And you kind of take all the two of the guys kind of peel off or whatever and say their goodbyes. But Brick leads y'all to a building that is just kind of like a small building, and all the windows have kind of like bars going down them.
Well, guys, this is my office.
Can I time
So,
out?
Rick,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. How have you been here for 4 years when we only just got here?
Well, by my computations, it's only been 3. To be honest with you, I'm
Don't
not
tempt
too
me,
sure.
boy.
And so I'm going to lean over to Sonnet, and I'm going to give him, my eyes are going to turn into question marks. And then, like, one eye is going to, like, point to, like an arrow pointing to Eloy. Like, WTF.
I'm gonna say, Brick, has somebody been tinkering with you?
I'm going to say, well, let's just say that most of my old memory core has been restored. And a lot has changed in these last 3 years for me.
I'm gonna say, Brick. Me too. I'm a wizard now.
A wizard, eh?
Yep. And then I'm gonna make both my hands glow with minor illusion,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna roll a 14 deception.
And I'm going to roll my eyes.
Oh, bastard.
And I went on to create my own Method 1 acting clinic.
And do I need to roll a?
You can either
check
just
on
choose to believe him, or if you think that your character would for some reason think he's not.
You get disadvantage because I'm trying to deceive you like as someone else.
He's doing it
I don't-
against Sonnet.
Oh, okay. I like to see you even try to not believe what I
Okay,
said.
well, I failed it, and so as I fail, I go, "Well, Sonnet, every wizard does need some, needs to look the part. So let's step inside my office."
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into the town jail.
I'm gonna hang back with Regibald.
All right. I'm going to get off the horse and kind of stumble a little bit, and I look around and I find like a pretty nice size stick, and I kind of like start walking with that because I'm not quite used to walking on the 2 legs for the whole time.
Yeah, and as you guys kind of file into the Brick's office, as he calls it, you see it's like an old kind of West gel. He has a desk and then a room kind of in the back that looks to be like his room, perhaps. And then there's some like pretty rickety looking.
Just has a power outlet.
Yeah, there's some pretty rickety looking cages that are just probably like almost a drunk tank, if anything. It doesn't seem like they're holding any murders or anything.
hamsters.
No. But then
Let's not talk about the hamsters.
yeah.
They only have a lifespan of like 2 years.
off in kind of the back. You
Definitely
see-
not 3 years.
You see kind of like a hole in the ground, and the 2 men that stayed with you, not including Dewey, Brick and those two guys bring Frank down, and they just kind of open up this hatch, and you see that the hatch has like bars all over it, and they put him down into this hole, and then they shut it down behind him.
And so Dewey's with me, right?
Yeah, everyone's with you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Dewey and said, make sure you check the pin, make sure that figure out how he got out this last time.
And he nods at you and he says, "We'll do. We'll have it fixed by the morning."
Good.
I want to ask.
On the morrow.
Yeah. I want to look over at Brick and say, you just let wild animals run amok in your town?
Well, these are good people.
Those are werewolves.
Only one, and it's not his fault.
I also like to think that you're casually having dinner in character while conversing with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
It really
like John
adds
Wayne
adds an
John Wayne with a big bowl of beans. Just
Actually, as I'm talking that, I'm going towards like the back door of the jail. So like I would say there would be like a small like fenced area,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 little tombstones.
Aww.
And on them is written Dan and Ann.
The feels.
I pay my respects.
Why did I say anything?
Anyway.
anybody but the hamster.
Yeah.
Well,
And then I'm
I mean,
gonna look at Sonnet and
inconsolable.
Theodore and
It is
say,
what
I
it
am a
is.
changed robot.
I can see that. You're a upstanding citizen now.
Well, it used to not always be this way, but yeah, these days these people they need someone that is a little bit more resistant to the lichen or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Lycanthropy.
Yeah, that.
and you
So
think
what
you're the
exact?
one.
I still don't understand exactly where we are.
Well, from what I can figure, we're in a place called Ravenholt, and
Nope.
it looks like the mist.
No, let him go.
Yeah.
Brick is
Sorry.
convinced
Keep
he's in
going.
Ravenholt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I may forget the details, but I mean, the town is called.
Dan Vagel.
Is it Dan Vagel or Dan Vegal?
Whatever you want to say.
Tomato.
You said Den Vagel the first time, so that's what.
So you control
Alright,
the
Dean
town.
Halen.
That's what
Can
you're
you
saying.
spell it in the thing?
Yeah, I can.
So
No,
you're
that's
saying
not-
we're
that's
not in Brayland anymore?
No, I would say
I'm
we're
gonna,
pretty
I'm gonna
far
look around
from-
for Fetch if I could. But I know she's not with us.
We're a pretty small town, about just over 100 or so, and but we're in a domain of Lamordia. Other than that, most of my time is just spent making sure this place stays about as safe as I can make it.
What about leaving, getting back to where we're from? Do you have any idea how we could do that?
You would think in 3 years that I've basically tried everything and just kind of given
I would
up,
think so.
to be honest.
And I
so-
just yell awkwardly, like way too
Yeah.
loud. I'm a wizard. I'll
There
figure
has
it
to
out.
Yes, Sonic, you told me. Now let me show
And
you.
I
that.
go up and I just pick up like a magazine or a newspaper and start acting like it's a history. I'm poring over it.
It's like a really, really old, kind of torn up copy of the Den Vagel Digest, and it's
Guys,
like,
leave me to my
and
studies.
you see on
Upside down.
you see like on the cover is like a drawn out picture of Brick, and it says "New Sheriff in Town," and you can tell most likely that it's pretty old.
Sexy new sheriff in town.
Yeah. It's one of those like by decade digests that you hear about sometimes.
So I'm gonna look at Brick and say, so really you have no clue how to get out of this place?
I just know it involves the mist somehow.
So let's make a fire and make some smoke.
Smoke and mist are different.
Well, we got here by me blowing from me. We probably need to find a dragon egg, I assume. That's how we got here the last time.
Well, between
Yeah, ignore that.
Anyway, but yeah, upside. So what can we do
What the hell?
while we try to figure out how to get out of here for you?
well, I mean, from all my other the 3 years I've been here, I haven't seen a dragon. So, unfortunately, I haven't seen a dragon egg.
Yeah. But no, I'm moving on, asking you like, what what can we help you with while we try to figure out, how to maybe get back home?
Well, even though this is a small town, there is always a few things going on. Actually, the old sheriff, basically he's the one that helped me, get my feet on the ground here. He kind of hard to talk about, but make sure Dewey doesn't hear this. It's actually his grandfather was brutally murdered in this jail when I was out on patrol one day, and
Murdered?
I still have yet to
Murdered?
figure out the murderer.
don't know who
There's
the-
that going on, and then there's the House of Blood.
Oh, just the House of Blood.
It's in the woods. It's not too close to the town, but
What's the deal with the House of Blood?
um,
I'm not up for a case or a game of cold case.
well, as you've already seen the werewolf, but there's also some bloodsuckers that they're not too common, but they do roam around, and I believe one of them is involved somehow, but I've yet to discover.
Vampires?
Yes.
And the shipping begins.
You used to have all
And-
kinds of fun beasts here.
Yeah, and another one of the last mysteries is oh god, out of character. Ryan, I forgot it. The
Wait, which one?
the one we talked about for like 3 hours the other day. The something in the woods. The whistle in the woods.
Yeah.
The whistle in the woods.
Yeah. Every not necessarily on full moon nights, but about every fortnight or so, some town folk will say that they hear a whistler out there, and
Oh my god.
when I go to investigate, we just have come up short on this. But other than that, the town's perfectly normal and fine.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Quite pleasant.
So where are we gonna go first? House of Blood sounds cool.
My vote is
Yeah.
House of Blood as well. That's so funny. We were thinking the same thing.
I high five Carmichael.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I give
look
him
around and
a
I'm gonna
sly
say
wink.
dead sheriffs don't really concern me. We need to figure out some being of power that we can, maybe talk to get out of this place. So the House of Blood sounds as good as any.
Frank is pretty powerful.
Well,
let's talk to Frank.
Or this
Let's let him
kind
go.
of may complicate things, but in all honesty, I've really only known y'all for about 6 months. These folk here, they're more of my family. I've been with them for 3 years now, and I just can't see them. I can't just leave them knowing that just one werewolf could wipe them all out.
But Brick, I
First
built
the
you.
hamster.
Just such
Sonnet, like I said, my memory core is mostly intact now, and
mostly.
I'm roughly
Son.
300 years old, and you are a human.
When he calls me a human, I just start crying. He's right. He barely knows me.
A human wizard, that is.
He's a
I'm gonna pat Sonnet on the back. I'm gonna say there, only the bad parts. But no, I'll say. Wait, I thought there was only the one werewolf that you had problems with.
Yes, but like I said, one of his bites can, infect the rest, and
So
It
how?
was a
no,
full
that's-
moon last night,
What
right?
if we kill Frank? He might deserve it.
Yeah, we could just kill this dude. He's obviously a. That's what I'm gonna pull a point out.
Do you mind
Well-
if I see where the werewolf got out?
Yeah, why don't we just let Eloy watch him and then he can catch
actually,
up with us later.
Dewey's on guard right now.
Dewey,
Oh,
why don't?
perfect.
And
Yeah.
you see Dewey, as y'all have kind of been talking, Dewey's like leaning up against in a chair, like kind of against the wall. And as you say it, he's almost asleep. And then he kind of pushes back on his leg as he's rocking, and his chair just falls over. As soon as he says that Dewey's on watch, you just hear like a clang, and you look over, and Dewey's feet are just kind of in the air. He like gets up real quick, sets the chair back up, and just kind of sits there and acts like nothing happened.
I
Was
just look
Dewey's-
around and I go, yeah, he'll be fine.
Was Dewey's grandfather named Barney? Five?
Actually,
Five?
actually,
Oh,
Dewey's
Lord.
grandfather's name is Dover.
Brick. Look at me,
Son.
buddy.
Yeah.
What you tell us what we should do. What can we do for you? Help me, help you.
Well, Dewey would be the next in line to be sheriff of town, but as you can see, I kind of say in a lower voice, he may not be fully prepared for this.
Nah, he's doing great, man.
You gotta let your little doves fly. You know. If they come back to you, you know they're ready to be sheriffed, and if they get brutally murdered by a werewolf, then they weren't ready.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's investigate. Help me investigate this House of Blood, since y'all seem interested in that, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
That sounds like a
Ah,
great
yes.
idea. I
And
couldn't have said
James,
it better myself.
You would know that most likely, since you think that vampires are involved with it, probably the best thing to do is get a good night's sleep and do it during the day. That way there'll be sunlight out. And so as you guys kind of agree that you'll go investigate that tomorrow, you see Brick has a room in the back of his thing, and he tells you that the tavern, let me get the name for you real quick.
Is there a place where we could like pick up some like scrolls, maybe?
Not Brick could say not in this town.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a general shopkeeper. You might want to go talk to her to see if maybe she knows like of a traveling trader in the area or something like that. And what is her name, Brick?
The tavern keeper.
No, the shopkeeper.
Oh, the shopkeeper is Lily.
No. Okay, but
I'm sorry. Born.
Abby.
Got it. Abby.
Yeah.
You would have to be an elf, would you?
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's
I mean, he
Under-
says his memory's back online, but
Beep,
I said
boop, beep.
mostly.
That store probably won't open around until lunchtime. There's not really much in the shop, but she is kind of connected, and he tells you that if you use his name, the tavern keeper Ezekiel at the Gravestone Inn will let you get rooms for the night until we can kind of y'all can kind of figure out where you're going to stay and things like
for
that.
free.
Yeah.
Are there only humans in this town?
Only all you've seen so far is humans, and Brick can tell you that he actually hasn't seen anything but a human almost the entire time he's here.
So my nose is just going to be turned up the entire time.
Yeah, you might start getting neck problems.
I get it.
Well,
So I feel like having a hunch that my friends would show up sooner or later, that I would try to get some attire for them.
Yeah. You open up this chest in your room, and like perfectly fitted to all your people, you kind of give them. Luckily, you've known that Carmichael would want a monocle for like the entire time, and so you actually pull out like a kind of like it's a little old and like the hinge is a little rusty, but you almost like a glasses case, and there's two monocles in it, and you just kind of set it down on the table as you're getting all the clothes out, and you kind of set it up and are handing them out.
And like I was kind of like I was looking at your robes. I'm not really fully clothed, and much like that scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I just drop my clothes when I see the monocle.
Oh, that's so good.
I approach the monocle.
well, is there anything for me?
And I'm gonna apologize and say, well, Vetch, last time I saw you, you were just a wolf.
It's okay. I understand. Did you at least get me a collar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not putting mine on. I'm going to keep on wearing the Broken Hill robes.
Okay. Nice.
I hold the
Um,
collar and look at it
I
distinctly.
actually don't have any clothes for Theanor because I knew he would say that.
I hope mine looks like this.
And also TJ, as you were kind of focusing your power through the hilts that you were given, you can tell that you actually had to strain like hard to focus your energy through it. You don't know kind of what's up with it. You were still able to gain its full benefit, but as you were in combat, you could tell that something wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
just FYI.
I'll be playing with it the whole time. Like it didn't, when my elven trance or whatever. That's not the sleep.
Yeah.
How do you do the whisper thing?
W name.
W name.
/W space
Yeah,
name.
name. And so, yeah, so you guys make your way up to town. It's really early in the morning, but you know you all feel pretty worn out. Like you could, you all feel like you could use a really good night's rest, and hopefully in the morning you can
Mhm.
work on maybe getting your bearings. As you walk into the inn, there, there's kind of it's all pretty much empty because the night's kind of over. The town's super small, so you can tell probably people come over here for dinner and maybe a drink, and if there's like a traveling person, maybe a show or something like that. But there is like a bell on the counter of the bar that looks like you could probably ring it.
I'm gonna go up and touch it with my finger and ring it.
Yeah. So you kind of walk up, and are you surprised at what happens?
Yes, I'm very
Yeah.
surprised.
So you kind of walk up. You kind of it's real shiny. You're drawn to it, and you press the little knob at the top, and a ding comes out, and you kind of look around, and even though you're not in your wolf form, your ears are still real sensitive to sound, and so it kind of like rings in your ears a little more than everyone else's, and you hear like a little commotion in the back, like a bunch of coughing and stuff like that, and then an old man. Imagine like an Ebenezer Scrooge looking guy, real big fuzzy mutton chops, white hair. He's like bald with like hair coming down on the back only, and he like puts on some spectacles, and he kind of looks up at you and he goes, "What's your business here?"
I kind of just stare at him, like I don't know what to do because I'm not usually used to talking to people. And I kind of look at the group and I point with my nose and one leg up.
And he kind of looks past you, and it just looks really confused as to what's happening. And he looks go ahead.
I just step forward and I say, "Yes, we're Sheriff Brick's best friends."
And he kind of perks up at that. And you could tell from when you were riding with the men on the horses, and especially Dewey. Dewey, pretty much, his hero is Brick, but the men have like a real air of like respect for him, and you could tell that whenever Brick said something to do, they were on it almost immediately. And
I'm Carmichael. I tell you everything Brick knows in dramatics.
and he kind of
The big flower comes out.
And he goes, "Well, any friend of Brick is a friend of ours, and any friend of Brick is a friend of the town's." He says, "I assume you'll be wanting rooms for the night."
Yes, and a meal, please.
And he goes,
It's on Brick's tab.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ezekiel, put it on my tab.
and
Ezekiel.
yeah,
I put my hand out. I'm Sonnet.
and he kind of like wipes his hand on his shirt, and he like shakes your hand, and he goes, "Pleased to meet you, sir." And then he kind of he goes in the back and he says, all I really have for food made up is a soup that's been on." And he kind of goes out and he like comes back with 3 bowls and comes back with another 3 bowls, and he goes, "Oh, I must be tired. I'm sorry." And then he takes one away, and he takes out this huge book, and it's like looks to be a ledger, and he writes your name in there, and he goes, You'll be on the 2nd floor. There's a block of 5 rooms up there that should be somewhat comfortable."
Thanks,
That's fun.
Ezekiel.
Okay. So
just
he
wanna-
put the bowls on the counter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the bowl and start lapping it.
And he kind of looks back at Brick. As Brick, I assume, I mean, obviously you don't really need to sleep, but you probably have stuff you need to do in your office or whatever, and your buddies
Yeah.
are gonna sleep, or some of them are. And so as you're kind of leaving from the tavern, he kind of calls down and he goes, "Pretty interesting bunch, Brick."
So yeah, I almost forgot how interesting they are.
That sounds familiar.
I'm gonna say, Ezekiel, if you'll let them get a good night's rest, and I'll be back in the morning for them.
He gives you a nod and coughs a little bit afterwards, and then he says, "Well, if you need anything else, just ring the bell, but I'm going to head back to sleep so I can start early in the morning." And then he heads back into his back room.
And I lean over to Carmichael and I say, "Does nobody drink in this town?"
I've been eyeing the bars. Nothing.
Yeah,
I
there's,
assume they stock motor oil and
The
other stuff.
vampires, the werewolves, every fucked up thing that's going on has not bothered me. But I'm really concerned about the lack of revelry.
Is there a blacksmith in town?
there is a blacksmith in town.
Wow.
One that would maybe help us with some silver?
Oh, sorry. Okay, this would have also happened when you were in, Brooke's office. He kind of takes off his little duster that he has on or whatever. He takes it off, and you see, like in his arm, you would have spotted this very quickly, Sonnet. In his arm, like in his wrist, you can see like a mechanism, and kind of folded up in it looks to be, well, something you really haven't ever seen before, but it looks almost like a projectile gun. And all the men that had brought him in, they also had kind of like dusters on or whatever, and they took theirs off, and you saw one of them take like a rifle and like hang it up in his office, and then another one took a pistol and hung it up in Brick's office. But yes, so you've seen that. It looks kind of confusing to you. You can tell that just from looking at it, and you've been incompetent enough, it looks like it would be something sort of like a crossbow or something like that, like a ranged projectile shooter, but you're not really sure how it works or like, what exactly it does, kind of. But almost to you, being a wizard for sure, you would know it might be magic.
And that's what I tell everybody. This is magic.
Yeah. And so
100%.
Yeah, and so Brick would also let you know, or he
That
would have
it
told
wasn't
you, as
magic.
he was kind of telling you about the werewolves around and the vampires around and everything like that, he would have told you that, like, normal weapons don't really work against them. But if he has kind of like an outfit of weapons that are very effective against them, that he'll be able to lend you guys
Nice.
on loan, not for keepsies,
Yeah,
because they're like the
I stress that.
they're the town's weapons.
We shall see.
Okay. And so, unless you're going to do something else, you guys finish up your soup. It's pretty hearty. Chicken noodle, almost. It's like a chicken broth and some, like, leeks and stuff. I don't know, a lot of soup vegetables, tomatoes and carrots and shit. And
Lettuce.
Lettuce, a lot of lettuce.
Squash?
No squash.
There's no
And,
soup.
Cucumbers?
no cucumbers.
Good. That's gross.
It's almost a little too salty, but it's probably just because it's been sitting there all day, just being warmed up. So it's not like overwhelmingly salty, but you know.
Where are we at on that silver with the blacksmith?
Oh, I mean, it's in the. So y'all are gonna go to bed and then wake back up.
I was gonna head there because I don't need to sleep for very long.
Well, I mean,
Let's
it's
just
like
ask.
nighttime, so
It wouldn't be.
Oh,
over.
the blacksmith isn't up?
not at nighttime.
Okay, that's fine.
There's a strict curfew.
Yeah, it's bedtime. Yeah, there actually is. On full moon nights or full moon cycles, there's a very strict curfew for the entire town, for reasons no one really knows except for Brick, and the entire town. And so,
And everybody that's
Yeah.
dealt with it.
yeah, and so everyone is kind of in their houses, locked up, and everything like that. So most likely, not until the next morning, you'll probably be able to hear when he gets out, because he'll probably start early morning clinking away.
Good wake up call.
Well, since I don't sleep, I just patrol the streets all night.
I'm gonna head up to the
Sounds
room
chill,
that he
though.
reserved for me and sit on the bed and go into a meditation.
Okay.
Hey, Brick.
It's past
Give-
your curfew.
Give Dewey my best. And I'm gonna wink and go up to bed.
And I look at Carmack and I'll go, I'm sure he's fine.
In fact, maybe they should room together or something.
They seem to like each other.
Does he even need a room?
He doesn't. Okay, yeah. So we'll fast forward. Nothing.
They can play tummy sticks.
Oh God. We'll fast forward. Brick, you've patrolled all night. Everyone who meditated or did whatever. TJ, you hear probably about an hour after you see the sun kind of come up over the hill. You start hearing the clink of metal on metal, a little north of you. We'll say you guys are still looking at the town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can give you this one.
Oh
Oh.
shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys are here.
Alright,
It
no.
says the Wandering Shepherd, but that's not the name of it. And then over this way, you start hearing like the clank of metal in the morning.
The old Smith.
Right there.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Smythe. I say in character.
Yeah, I'll just head over there.
And then also
hail the smith.
others smell the sweet smell of like pastries and things coming from this direction as well.
Oh, hot damn. I go that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up with Theanor and
Yeah, I'm gonna sling my
Continue
armor.
in
I'm
your
like nothing's wrong.
Eloy's in the
Old
bed
friend.
with you, then. Somehow he snuck it.
I mean, I don't mind, right? Like we're old friends.
man, what a night, eh, buddy?
You're telling me.
I'm gonna
I
follow.
had the craziest
Sonnet.
dream that you slept in my bed with me.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Let's go see that blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Why don't you go in front?
All right. I'll go first.
I'm gonna clap him on the back.
Yeah, I'm headed to the bakery.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm-
I'll go. Sorry.
I'm gonna follow Sonnet because I know he has money, and I know that I'm wearing old man clothes, and I've decided to accept my fate and get some pretty girl clothes, much to my disdain.
To be fair, the elven male and female physique isn't that much different.
Yeah, tell that to my boobs.
It's like Asians.
You have way too many darts.
Did you say it's like Asians?
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly
yes,
like
it is.
Asians.
How many listeners did we lose?
Our entire
All
Asian base.
So, yeah, all.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. So we'll go to the smith first. As you guys kind of, what are you doing, Brentley? Are you just sleeping in?
I was looking at all this stuff on the. I was trying to find something cool to go to on the map. But I just don't see anything great. What's the spring house?
He sleeps in.
What? I mean, I guess you could go there and find out.
Isn't it like a bathhouse, I assume?
He just wanders into the forest.
Frank!
Is that where you want to go, Brentley?
Uh,
I thought we were going to the Bloodhouse, guys.
I'm gonna go to the spring house, confusing it with what I thought to be the blood house.
Okay, the spring house is where you're heading.
It's like a red.
Okay,
brick
so we'll go to the
house.
smith first. As you guys kind of walk up, as you guys walk up, you hear like the clang of metal on metal, like you heard, and you kind of walk around the corner, and there's like a kind of a young boy, probably like 12 or 11 or something like that, and he's like carrying buckets of water around and doing a lot of really menial tasks. And you see like a pretty large built man just like welling away on what looks to be like he's making a shovel. And he kind of is just going away, and you can tell he's pretty content on it. And he like hits it one last time, and then he kind of looks up and he like takes his little apron and kind of wipes his face off. That's real dirty. And so like only his chin is clean now. The rest of it like up is like still like covered in kind of soot and just like heat and stuff like that. And he kind of looks up at you and says, "Ain't seen you in town before."
Yes, we're old friends of Sheriff Bricks.
Morning,
You're the
sir. How
smith?
are you?
Yeah.
And
You're the smith, I presume.
Yeah, he kind of nods at you. And he says, "Yep, my name is Alexander
John Smith.
Smith Falligan."
Does he reach his hand out?
Yeah, he does. It's dirty.
I just stare.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
dirty.
stare at it.
I shake it.
Okay. Yeah, he
When
kind
he
of
brings it over, yeah.
gives you a
The name's-
shake, and then he kind of looks at you, TJ,
Yeah.
and you can tell like he's not like taken aback or anything, but he gets like an unusual look on his face, like he's just like he's not expecting to see someone like you, meaning royalty.
Like he's a racist.
Yeah, like no, like royalty.
Oh, okay.
No, like he's a racist. Not like he's a racist. It's just like he doesn't see elves very often.
Yeah.
But
But no, I want to ask him if I was like, think that my friends and I are going to be countering some of your problems that you've been having in town lately. Do you have any silver in this smith of yours?
And he says, yeah, we have some stores at Silver in the back, but we according to or by Sheriff's Brick's orders, it's on stay right now. He wants to make sure there's some just in case the armor he has goes missing.
Well, I'm going to glance over at Eloy and say, well, I'm pretty sure he wanted you to make us some weapons. And I'm going to say, isn't that right, Eloy?
Well, I mean, he said he had weapons for us. I'm not sure if he said the smith is supposed to make us weapons.
Is that so?
Maybe we should go see Brick.
That's fine. But no, I want to ask him, the smith, one more thing before we leave then.
Okay.
I'm going to say, how long have you guys been having this particular problem of yours?
He kind of is like kind of rubbing his hands on his apron and kind of looks up, and you can see he's like tallying almost, and he goes, well, the most recent one probably a few months been going on, but as long as I've lived here, we've had problems with all kinds of things from the forest, and it's just, just kind of a part of life.
Then why do you stay? Move.
And he says, well, I've only lived one other place, and it was pretty much the same, so and the road's not too safe either, so pretty much settled in, and we just kind of hope for the best. Lemuria is a real rough place sometimes.
So it seems. Let's go find Brick. This guy is obviously has a lot of work to do, I'll just say.
How many incidents has there been since Brick came to town?
Of what nature? Just in general?
In general.
And then he almost like gets lost in his train of thought, and he's like, well, I guess when he first got here is when he saved the girl, and then after that there was the werewolves for a while, not Frank, of course, the other ones that just came in through the forest. There was the robberies back in I think 2 or 3 years ago. I think probably we had the first vampires come in, and then the second ones, and I think now, according to what he's been telling us, the third ones might be here. I lose track after all of it, so sorry I can't be of more help. It's just all kinds of bleed together after a while. It's like asking me how many shovels I made in my life.
And I kind of just look at Thanar and be like, I don't think Brick's been totally honest with us.
It wouldn't seem. It seems like that operating system knows how to lie now.
I mean,
not tell the whole truth. I'll just say.
I'm gonna thank
I can't
Smithy and
be
like, okay, let's go find.
I gotta say, I respect that robot even more.
He kind of nods at you, and he's like, "Give Sheriff Brooke my best."
Oh, we intend to.
Okay, and then we'll flash over to the bakery. As you guys are walking up, most of the houses and everything, they're like whites and browns and really kind of dullish colors and weathered and everything like that. Just almost like a real sad kind of looking village. But as you kind of walk and you turn on the main street towards where you smell the pastries and things coming for, you see like a brightly pink building with like yellow trim, and it's like really stands out in this entire town. And out of the chimney on top, you can almost see like the scent of it rising from it, and it's like going underneath your nose and essentially drawing you there. And as you enter the door, a bell rings again, or a bell, like the door hits a bell and it kind of rings like a classic shop bell. And you don't see anyone in the store at first, but from behind, like probably about a 23-year-old woman pops up, and she's got an apron on, and she's got like flour all over and just like completely covered, and she's got a tray of cupcakes, and she goes, oh hi, how are you? And she kind of puts them in like one of those little donut glass cases, where she kind of slides them in the bottom, and you see like cake sitting there, and like anything pretty much you could want that has sugar and flour in it is sitting there, unless it's something really weird, and then no.
Baklava?
No.
Aw.
Has to be one syllable.
Scale
Cupcake
of
is
1 to
what-
10. How is this baker looking?
Croissant.
Right now she's looking really powdered with flour, but I mean, I would say she's like, I don't know, she's probably pretty attractive.
Okay.
All I need to know.
And I reach my hand out and I say, "Why, hello, my name's Sonnet."
And she kind of wipes her hand off on her, tries to wipe it off like you see flour all over it, wipes it on her apron, and just flour just kicks off the apron as well. So her hand doesn't even really get like any different. And she kind of shakes her hand and she goes, "Oh, hi, my name is Lily."
When she shakes my hand, I kiss it and I say, "I smelled something delicious, but I didn't expect something so sweet." And then I kind of cough on the powder like that was on her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, as soon as you say the sweet thing, she kind of, even through the flour that's kind of on her face, you see like kind of like a red come to her cheeks or whatever. And then, but as soon as you start coughing, she almost gets like a worried look and she goes, "Mister, are you okay?"
I am now.
And she goes, fuck. She goes, she says, I don't think I've seen you two in town before. What brings you in?
Oh, you know, the mist.
And she gets a real serious look on her face when you say that.
Well, come on. It's okay. We're really good friends of Bricks.
And she kind of calms down, but she's still like, the mention of the mist, like, you can tell, like, frightened her. And she says, oh my. Well, is there anything I can get you?
And I look at Fetch and I say, have you found what you want? It's on me.
What are those little round things covered in almonds?
Oh, she
They
goes,
kind of look like a paw.
oh yeah, she says, those are my almond wolf's paws.
God damn.
You hear me let out an audible sigh. I'll take 4 of those, please.
And her eyes kind of like perk up at the sight of actually making a sale of 4 wolf paws so early in the morning. And she goes, oh my, let me bag those up for you. And she goes, would you like them heated?
No, it's okay.
Okay. And she takes out like a sack and kind of puts 4 of them in there. And you see her kind of like lean down and she puts a 5th one in there and she kind of looks at you and she just winks at you.
I get really excited.
And I guess we should probably get some wolf paws for everybody else. Does Brick eat?
And she kind of looks at you and she says, oh, I thought you said you were his friend.
We're best friends, but I've just never put that together.
And she goes,
I literally created him. Did you know that?
and she, I mean, she just believes you.
I built him. Yeah.
And she goes, oh, we didn't know he was built. He just, that's it. She's like almost at a loss for words of like, you know, someone that the town looks up to you. This is her. And she goes, well, let me say you did a fine job, sir.
Yeah, I think so too.
And she says, so
I do a lot of things really well, and I wink back.
And she gets
anything with my hands.
Yeah. No, I did not draw this map, by the way. Someone asked in chat, not you guys. You guys know I can't. I'm a very horrible artist. But yeah, she says, oh, so you said you need more? Are you going to make it a baker's dozen?
They're pretty good size, yeah.
13.
Yeah.
I think that should do fine. What do I owe you?
She kind of towels it up, and she has like a real mechanical like cash register type thing, and like pressing like really huge like.
I go, what the
typewriter
fuck is that? I mean, excuse me, what is that?
and she kind of looks at
What
you,
is this
kinda,
wizardry?
like, dumbfounded, and she goes, I mean, it's a cash register, sir.
Oh, of course it is. And I just look at Fetch.
I just look back and shrug.
And so she like rings it up and she goes, that'll be 32 lamb coals.
Ah.
What's a lamb coal?
I have copper and silver.
And she kind of
And I take out my my Ebron, like a few pieces of copper and silver, and I just like put my hands up, like
and she kind of looks at you, and she looks at the copper first, and then she kind of looks at over or whatever, and then she looks at the silver, and her eyes kind of get wide, and she says, "You should bring the silver to Sheriff Brick as soon as possible." And then she kind of looks at you, and she says, "Well, since you're Sheriff Brick's friend, I'll give it to you on the house this time. But we haven't taken I haven't seen copper in ages."
Okay. Can you like insight check her, Fetch? I kind of.
Yeah, I can do that.
For what are you trying to insight it?
Just see if it's like if she's looking at the copper like it's worthless or.
Yeah, she's pretty much looking
Okay.
at it like it's like probably, I mean, and then she kind of, well, she's never seen it done. You can tell probably it was like cycled out in form of another
That's gonna be
type
21.
of money.
Okay.
She's just kind of looking at it like it's like if you, I don't know what kind of, like if you try to give
So
me like a
it's like if you had like one of those like, it's like a $2 bill.
It's like
still
when
worth
Canada
something,
got
but
rid
nobody
of the
ever really
$2
uses
bill.
it.
No, it'd be like any form when first money was first printed, where all banks just printed their own money and stuff like that. It'd be like if you had a $20 bill of that and you tried to give it to someone, they'd be like, "This is not worth anything."
Oh, okay.
Like that.
All right. Well, I'll say Lily, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is embarrassing, but we will get our currency all squared away. I'll make sure that I come back and pay you, and then a little bit on top,
And she kind of gives
or
you
maybe
this-
a lot of it on top.
well, her smile kind of gets a little smaller when you say that last statement, and and she goes, "Well, any friend of Brick has to be a trustworthy person, so I'll take you at your word for it."
Okay. All right. Let's go, Fetch.
Does this mean I have to stay in Thanor's robes?
And then we flash out to Carmichael walking down
I say
a
that.
long road. And as you are kind of walking down, you pass all these houses. And I guess I can zoom in to see the names because there's no telling what the names are. Okay. And basically you see kind of like people going about their business, like men and women kind of like doing laundry together, hanging up clothes and things like that. Everyone's kind of just like, since you're kind of in the garb of the time, they're not that close to you, they don't really recognize that they don't recognize you. So they're kind of just like waving their hands and saying "Good morning, neighbor" and stuff like that to you as you're walking down the road.
I'm also
Bonjour.
waving.
Bonjour.
Yeah, similar.
And then so
There goes the baker with his
you remember the last time that happened, guys? What happened to you? You don't want to be in a abusive situation.
No.
And yeah, and so you're kind of walking down, and you get to the end of the road, and you see kind of off, probably, I mean, not too far, probably less than a quarter of a mile, right at the edge of the woods, is like just an old-looking house, and just like a pretty old house, and there seems like there might be maybe steam coming from a pretty broken-down chimney.
I'm gonna look around, like I'm gonna kind of scan the horizon, like I see the forest all around, and look back the other way. Forest, look back at the shack and like, shrug, continue forward.
Okay, yeah. So as you continue forward, the grass gets it keeps getting taller and taller to where it's about like waist level. And,
Would you say it's greener on the other side?
Yeah. Well, most likely it's greener, but he hasn't gotten there yet. And so yeah, you kind of walk up, and the area around it is just kind of overgrown grass, and you can tell that the windows are boarded up, and but there still seems to be like some form of like steam or smoke or steam coming from the inside. The door looks like it's kind of rickety, and it's kind of swaying back and forth with the slight breeze that has just happened for dramatic effect, and but it doesn't seem to be opening because of it.
Well, I'm gonna, rap at the door twice.
You kind of rap at the door twice, and you hear like some muffled voices on the inside, and they go, who is it? Who is it? Hide it! Hide it! Hide it! Hide it! And you hear like some shuffling around in the thing, and then like there's come closer to the door. You hear a voice. Who is it?
'Tis I, Carmichael.
And like you see kind of like the door peek open, and probably a 15 or 16-year-old kid peers his head out. He's got like sandy blonde hair, kind of like a taller, slimmer build. And so how tall are you, Brentley? You're probably like your same height, I would imagine.
Yeah, like 6 foot.
Yeah, so he's probably about 5'6" or something like that, or not tall, sorry, short, kind of slender build-ish. And he kind of looks up at you and says, "Who's Carmichael?"
And then I look kind of like flabbergasted when he says that.
Yeah. And then he.
You look around for Sonnet.
And then you get a really like a really weird smell is coming from inside this house, and then also like, or
What,
I
can
guess
I make a check to try to?
yeah, you can
get
definitely
that?
make a check.
What kind
Fucking
of check
meth
would do
house.
that?
Probably a perception check or an investigate if you have it.
I do not.
Okay. Or I guess in this case maybe a nature as well.
It's all about the same, baby. Oh, a 10 for nature.
Okay. So it's like a weird smell. You probably, when you've been around your actor friends, you've probably smelled it before, and you can tell you've never partaken because you don't like things that mess with the mind for the most part, because you have to keep your mind clear when you're acting. And
Exactly.
but you've definitely smelled this before, and it always makes your friends act real funny. And what you also something you're like really used to the smell because you hang out with a bunch of alcoholics is it smells like alcohol is kind of coming from this, like just the smell of like just what seems to be rather strong.
And I look kind of inquisitively at the young man in front of me. I go, "Young sir, are you also an actor?"
And he kind of looks at you real serious or whatever, and then behind him you see another head just like peek out from right above his, and he is like, it's another probably a taller boy with like jet black hair, and like he's like got the starting of like a teenager mustache where it's just like peppered on, and he kind of like looks over you, and you can tell that he's kind of holding back laughter. He's like, "Yeah, man, we're both actors."
And I like kind of like grab them, but like slap them off the back and go, "Splendid!" And
then,
I
yeah,
invite myself in.
Okay, yeah, so you kind of like rip the door open, and they kind of like fall forward because they're kind of leaning on it, and you walk in, and really it's just like an old abandoned house, and you see like some like a fire has been kind of started in a pit, and then you see like a cabinet that the door looks as almost if it was slammed because it was hit and then kind of fallen over, and you can see like bottles within it, and then you see sitting on like an end table like a pipe that it just like has a small whiffs of smoke coming out as if it was either just put out or just lit or something of that nature, and they're like, "Oh, mister, you can't come in here."
And then I ignore them. I'm in.
Looking around, just like, it's basically just a one-room house, and they're kind of just like, I don't know, maybe taken aback or something like that, but they're like, do you want to hang out? I
don't really get their hip slang.
Yeah.
But
It's a term
I
that's
try.
not used in Eberron very much.
Shall we commune?
Yeah. And so the taller one kind of looks out of the door again and then shuts it behind him. And he goes back and he opens up the cabinet and he takes out a bottle of just like, it's like a really clear looking liquid. And you can smell it from where you're standing. Probably it has an aura of about a 30-foot radius, I can imagine. And then he kind of grabs the pipe that he has, and he kind of looks over towards the other one. And he says, "Cyrus, do you think we should let him?" And Cyrus kind of looks back at you, and then kind of like almost just like holding back laughter. And he goes like, "Yeah, man, just let him." And so he kind of hands you the pipe, and he goes, "So you want some?"
And I mean, I'm gonna look at it, but I'm gonna just drop it. It's just gonna break.
Oh shit! Yeah, you and then they both go, "No!" Oh,
I mean,
no.
boys, you know, while they're freaking out, you don't need acting enhancing drugs.
And they're looking at you, and they're like,
I'll teach you.
they're like, "What the hell, man?" And the black-haired one, kind of, he like the Cyrus, the one he called Cyrus, is just kind of like he looks upset, but he's not mad. The black-haired one is like starts huffing, and he kind of like shoves your shoulders, and he's like, "What's up, man? Why are you gonna do that?"
So then he sees like kind of an almost unholy like look in my eyes briefly when he pushes me.
Oh shit! And
I'm not gonna cast. I'm not gonna cast on him. He would die.
And then he would die. And he goes, "Whoa, man, whoa! I'm not looking for a problem. I mean, you come in here and you break our shit, man. What do you want us to do?"
And what was that? It wasn't Cyrus that pushed me.
No,
Right?
Cyrus is just kind of like, after he saw that unholy aura about you as well, he's kind of like backed up a little bit.
I mean, like, you know, after that subsides, I have like more of a simple like benevolent look on my face, and I don't even know what I'm doing now.
It's like Bilbo Baggins whenever he wants to ring when Frodo comes
Exactly.
into Mordor.
Does Carmichael have a contact high?
And you know, I've met young Cyrus, but what's your name, young lad?
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, "I don't know, man. You seem like you might be a snitch."
Boys, I'm no snitch. I'm the greatest actor in all of Eberron.
And he looks at Cyrus and he goes, "Maybe this guy just doesn't need any more of what we're doing." And then he goes, "Oh, screw it." He goes, "Let me get the name list, sorry." He goes, "My name's Vincent."
Vincent, Cyrus, it's a pleasure to meet you. I think I'll take you boys under my wing, and then like I do the whole like I kind of grab like playfully grab him like in like headlocks and just like messing with him.
In a Jerry Sandusky type of way.
They gotta learn how to clean themselves.
Fuck. Yeah, and so like you do that, and they both try to like get away or whatever because they're not 6 years old.
Yeah, come on, man.
And they're like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to just find a pipe. It took us like a year last time after we broke our last one. We don't get a lot of traveling merchants around."
And I'm just kind of ignoring that. I'm like going on about like you know, technique, you know, type acting, things like that.
And you see, as you do that, Vincent doesn't seem at all into it. Obviously, you can't tell, but what you can tell is that Cyrus is actually interested in everything you're saying, and he's just kind of, I mean, obviously he's probably under the influence of acting enhancing drugs, but he's just like kind of staring at you, and obviously you can block out the fact that Vincent doesn't give a shit about what you're saying, but you're very keen on the fact that Cyrus like is just absorbing everything you're saying.
And yeah, I'm just gonna continue to talk to him about it.
Okay.
So.
Well, then we'll flash back. Where are you two at that went to the Smith?
We were headed to find Brick to try to, you know, get the
those
group
weapons.
together and get to this bloodhouse while it was still light up.
Okay, cool. Brick's office is going to be this constable place right now. And just because I love the word constable and it makes sense. Okay, yeah, so as you guys kind of walk in, Brick, what are you doing? Or where are you, Brick? Sorry.
I'm in my office talking to Frank
Okay, yeah.
and Dewey.
So as you guys walk in, you kind of walk in the door and you see Frank kind of fully clothed and his hair's kind of disheveled. He looks super exhausted, but he's sitting around a table with Dewey and Brick. Brick's not eating, but Dewey and both Frank are eating.
Ow.
And I'm just kind of telling Frank that, you know, last night wasn't his worst night. No one was, you know, injured too badly.
Too badly.
There's gonna be an injury, and then he has his head like super low, and he's
No
like,
one was killed.
Yeah, and he goes,
Just maimed.
he goes,
Just the farmer's sheep.
he kind of looks at you, he kind of looks at you in the eyes, and he said, "You know, Brooke, after last time, I thought that maybe this time you wouldn't put up with it anymore, but I really, really appreciate you."
Well, it's not your fault. You're in this predicament. But we would have lost a lot more lives that night had you not done what you did.
And he kind of nods at you, and then Dewey is just like absorbing the entire conversation, just eating his oatmeal and
Porridge.
porridge. And he's kind of sitting there just eating it. And then you hear him kind of say as an aside, he kind of looks away, and he was like, "I wish I didn't have to eat like Brick doesn't." And then he kind of comes back into it, and he goes, or he gets real excited when you guys come in. You can tell he's trying to accept you as friends because you're Brick's friends. And he's like, "Eloy!" And he says, "Oh no," he goes, "Theodore!" And then after Theodore walks in, Eloy walks in, and he goes, "Oh, hey, what's up, Eloy?" And kind of like,
Hi.
I'm gonna ignore him completely.
yeah. And he kind of like, he's standing kind of up straight, and then when you come in, his shoulders kind of just slowly go backwards, as like he's almost in a frightened state, but just slowly. And then after you break eye contact with him, Eloy, he just kind of like gets a little more comfortable and goes back to eating.
All right then.
Yeah.
So, how did you like the town?
Leaves a lot to be desired, but we should probably
Town's
try to
fine.
round up the crew and check out this bloodhouse. Don't you think? While we have the light,
Can I have some?
the
Yes,
Smith said you might have
absolutely,
some
but-
silver weapons for us.
Oh, yeah, let's get everyone together and I
Have
can
a
show
pen.
you the armory.
I'm gonna look over at at Frank, and I'll be like, the next time that one gets out of hand, you can just leave him to me again. I'm gonna grin at him.
And Frank like looks at you and then looks.
Does he
down, like,
remember me?
Real ashamed. No, he doesn't.
Does he have like a knuckles, like where I was like just punching the shit out of him?
No, he has bruises all over his body,
Okay.
but that may not be unusual for him. But yeah, he kind of locks eyes with you, and okay, we'll say this: like, it's almost as if he's seeing you for the first time. But as you peer deeper into him, as you're apt to do, you can tell, you can see the glimpse of like a memory there, where he it's almost like deja vu, or he knows you, but he doesn't know how he knows you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grin at him as I say that I could take care of him, and just sweep out of the place and completely ignore Huey. Still,
Huey?
whatever. Louis.
Huey was his brother.
Yeah. Oh, woo.
And as you walk out,
Yes.
you see Sonnet and Fetch walking down the road towards you guys, and Fetch just has a large bag in her hands.
And I'm still in your clothes.
And just looks super pumped.
Yeah, just real pumped.
This is super pumped.
And
And
then
I think she looks real sharp.
I'm gonna lean over to Theodore and be like, who was that guy in there with Brick and
Did you
Who was
did you guys get the message in Skype?
Yeah. It's great.
like, who was that that guy with Frank and Brick?
Don't worry about it, man. I've never seen him before either.
Okay. Hey, our friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they kind of walk up to you, and they're divvying out however many of the wolf paws or claws that they want to divvy out with an almond on top. And then probably about
Remembers filthy peasants.
yeah, you guys are kind of like conversating or whatever, talking about the town and stuff like that. Then probably about 15 to 20 minutes later, Carmichael, are you heading there as well, Carmichael, or are you going somewhere different?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm definitely there with at least Cyrus, maybe a Vincent with me. Now I don't know if Vincent
No,
stay around or not.
Yeah, Vincent's definitely not with you, but you do.
Does he have a red shirt on?
Yeah, you've been,
Yeah, I really wanted
Cyrus
to have a red
does.
shirt on.
yeah, you've been
Speaking of where's
And now
Reginald?
the red scarf.
What happened to Regibald? Yeah.
oh, don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
That little guy? I wouldn't worry
I'm gonna
about
find his entrails scattered.
It's called the Bloodhouse for a reason. You've kind of been walking down the main road, just just telling Cyrus about all
Just
your
chatting it up.
adventures and just like landing on real thick. You're
Is
really
this where you
dipping
were? Up here?
the spring house, yeah.
That's where you were? Okay.
Yeah. So he's been kind of wandering through. It's very much like you could be singing a Beauty and the Beast style song where the stuff is going on all around, but Carmichael is just not noticing it at all. Like
No one fights like Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. And you're kind of walking around, and then you turn down the road, and Cyrus is still in tow, and you get there, and then Brick, you come out, and you see Cyrus with
Carmichael.
Yeah.
So as I see Cyrus, I'm going to say, Cyrus, what did you get into this time? You've been hanging out with that Vincent boy again?
And he kind of looks down. He goes, we weren't doing anything. We were just hanging out.
Did you know, Brick, that Cyrus is also a young actor?
And so I'm like cross my arms.
I
and, like,
hardly pat him on the
like
back, like it's just like way too strong, but I just don't really notice.
A young actor.
And I'm gonna ask Carmichael what kind of actor.
We're thinking he's a type actor, but we haven't really developed his method yet, So it's but don't worry, I'm gonna train him.
I said, well, you couldn't be any worse than Vincent, so I suppose.
You really don't know Carmichael very well.
Yeah.
And
You
then-
clearly don't know Vincent that well.
Who?
Yeah, and so
Oh yes, that rapscallion.
and then Cyrus.
I have a hearty laugh that just no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Cyrus kind of gets a little defensive when you're talking about Vincent, and he's like, "You just don't know him."
I'm gonna say,
There,
Cyrus, I've told you
simmer
many
down,
times.
Cyrus.
Told you many times that guy's a bad egg. He's only gonna get you into trouble.
Wait, we had eggs?
Bad ones.
But Cyrus, never forget, in acting, sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Write that down.
What about these weapons?
Yeah. We're all
yeah,
here.
Eloy, let's go back inside.
When did Eloy start acting like Eloy again? What?
It's the crazy guy that got out of him.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about weapons again.
We can get the weapons on the way. We need to make that bloodhouse while it's light out.
Yeah, we're losing daylight, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like the armor would be in my
Yeah,
console.
it is.
We didn't bring it with us.
You lead
If
him
I was
out back to the backyard where the little fenced-in area is, and there's the two tiny little gravestones in there.
Yep.
Oh god.
And then
I take my hat off that I don't have.
I definitely take my
Cyrus,
top hat off.
look
and, like,
away,
take
look
half
away.
a sec.
I cover
And
Cyrus's eyes.
then, Cyrus is no longer with you. As you've talked about weapons and things like that, he's like, I should probably get back to my mom. And so he you lead him around back, and you have kind of like a shed that's kind of locked up or whatever, and you unlock it, and in it you see like the walls lined with like silver daggers, swords. There's like the magical range weapons you saw are lining the walls and things like that. There's probably about basically anything you need that's silver will be silvered. Yeah. And
So is it like
I
silver
present him my ceremonial Chris.
Oh yeah.
So-
There's not a Chris. There are daggers that are silver. So you can either not. I mean, in your eyes,
How much?
So I take a rapier
Go
off.
on.
the wall.
Yeah. In your eyes, that Chris is probably real magical. So you think that none of these silver weapons could probably match its like awesomeness.
Those are my exact thoughts. I don't even take a look at the silver weapons on the walls.
Yeah, you don't really need it. So yeah, but
I'm gonna look at one of the magical boomsticks.
yeah, exactly.
So as I see Sonnet do that, I'm gonna take this one bullet out from my hat band of my top hat, and I'm gonna go, Sonnet, this one's specially made for you, and I'm gonna hand him the bullet. And I'm gonna say, this is how it'll work. I'm gonna like kind of show him how it works.
And I look at
Are they guns?
Brick with a tear, and I say, "Oh my God, the creator has become the student."
I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna have that question marks in my eyes again.
I audibly gasp.
The dramatic effect. Yeah. So basically, you can take whatever weapon you need silvered, and then
Okay.
you can.
Can I take
There's the
two?
option. To what?
Like a ranged weapon and a sword.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
There are flintlock pistols that do 1d8 pop, and it'll be your dexterity is used to use them. And then there is like a musket type rifle. No, actually just a rifle, not a musket. That will either use your dexterity or your strength to use it. And that does
Just gonna-
1d12, and then if it's within 30 feet, it does 1d10.
What about like? Are there like? Can I use my
Sorry.
crossbow but with like
moves.
silver bolts?
Yeah, there are silvered bolts.
Okay, I'll just take the bolt and use the hand crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna glance down at my broken hilt and just keep it and just turn away from the weapons and like I'll trust in the hilt for now.
Is there happen to be a longbow with silver bolts?
There's a longbow, and there are arrows.
Silver
There's
tipped
20 arrows with
Okay.
silver arrowheads on them.
Okay, I
Excuse me.
How many
go up
bolts?
to the longbow and I
20. 20 of everything that is in the
Okay.
machine.
And you see where it says ammo, and then you can keep track of how many you've
Okay.
used.
so I go up to the longbow and I said, "Ah, I haven't held one of these in years," and I pluck it off the wall.
It's
And by
climbing
years,
a
I
tree.
mean like 50 or 60.
Yeah. It's like climbing a tree.
An old elvish saying.
Well, I'm used to climbing trees. I mean, mind you. I am a wood elf.
What's the range on a flintlock pistol, Ryan?
It's going to be 20, and then within 10, it actually does. I said D8. Within 10, it actually does a D10.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm ready to go.
And I'm not saying this. I'm just reminding you, Brandon, just in case. You have all that silver and money.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna talk to Brick about that actually. Thanks for saying. I was just say Brick. So I kind of had this embarrassing moment with the lovely Lily, and I just kind of like look at him like.
And I'm gonna say, let me guess. She asked you for payment in the form of what is it called?
Lamberts? Adam Lamberts.
I was muted. Sorry. Just call them lambacks.
Lambats.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She wanted a few lambacks.
Yeah, which at first I thought that was gonna be pretty cool, but it's not what I thought it was.
And then I'm gonna whistle at Dewey, and I'm gonna tell him, hey, take these lambacks to Lily for the
Wolf
for
claws.
take it to Lily for the wolf claws, and I'm gonna tell Sana's like, don't worry about Lily. She's very kind-hearted, and please be nice to her.
Oh, don't worry about Lily, Brick. I'll be nice.
And then I'm gonna grab them closer. I'm like, you see my eyes kind of get to like a little red hue to them. I'm just gonna say, very nice to her.
I will be very nice to her,
Oh
Brick.
my god, has the robot learned to love?
But hey,
Beep boop beep.
I have all these. I have 704 coppers that she pretty much told me were worthless.
I said, yeah, our old currency isn't very good around these parts. The silver, though, as you might have guessed, is actually very effective against some certain creatures. And I used all my silver for these weapons here.
Well, I have 152 silver pieces.
You could make a damn good shield out of that. Or a bracer.
You could keep the coppers. I mean, we're gonna be home eventually. I'm gonna remind him.
If there's one thing you want to keep, it's the copper.
Exactly.
Well, that'll.
Here's
Okay, so y'all can kind of decide to do what you want to do with that. You can either just store it for now, or, it's up to you guys. Or you can just hold it on your person. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna hold it on my person.
Okay.
What?
The longbow, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hold it against myself.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if we can help the town out with the silver, I think we can figure something out. Hopefully, I can figure out a way to turn the coin with this copper. Anyway, let's go. Let's do it.
You
Okay.
can make copper jewelry.
Yep.
Let's make
Make-
it.
Yep.
Get
Okay.
some work out of that.
Let's take like a 7-minute break.
'Kay.
So we can all go pee and stuff like that, and then we'll return at 9:42, right, or in 7 minutes.
Okay.
I really hope that people can hear Moose chewing her toy in the background. That would make me happy.
Yeah.
Moose! Moose, get on the call. Come here. Come up
No,
here.
don't do that.
No, she's gonna get on the call. Cause she's my companion animal. Yeah. No, wait. My Patronus. My Patronus is Moose. That's what she is.
It would have a hard time finding the minerals with its its boss eye.
We don't know. Like the Dementors are like, which one is she looking at? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's a wonky-eyed little moose.
She just lists lazily at the wrong one.
Moose, that's not a Dementor.
Yeah.
Just Snape.
Isn't that the same thing though? For Neville at least.
Oh, gosh. Yes. Yeah. So, how do I... Okay, there it is. Never mind, I found it.
Felix.
Baylor plays early tomorrow, by the way, Marina.
Oh, do they?
What
Yeah.
time?
11
Ooh.
my time, so like
Okay.
9 your time.
Oh, we could go to the Whistle Stop!
They won't. Who are we playing? No, they're not gonna
Kansas.
have the Kansas game.
Right. Well, they have pancakes. That's the important part. Okay.
It's on Fox Sports Southwest. If you get that at whatever place you're going to.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'll get the Huskies game tomorrow, though.
I think they. Oh no, it's Washington State. No, Washington already played. They won. They beat USC on Thursday.
Good for them.
Yeah, Felix loves his scratches.
Oh, maybe that's why everybody was nice at work today. Like, okay, so Seahawks lost on Sunday, right? Or Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, so everybody's in this, like, piss-poor mood all week. And then they were really nice today.
Actually, the Seahawks won.
They did?
Really close game. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
It's because oh no, because UW upset USC. Everybody should have
Last
been.
night. Yeah. Even better mood on.
Maybe they were just nice because we had pie today.
Yeah, no,
Everybody loves
I
pie.
mean, everybody was so pumped that the Huskies beat fucking USC. It's
I never
crazy.
had pie. Well, I don't know if it was a pie. It's like it's okay. It's got this crust with like chocolate and cream and fruit on top. It was like hella fancy.
Hella fancy.
It was hella fancy. Apparently, if you have a birthday there, they get you like whatever your favorite thing to eat is. And so Day was like chocolate graham cracker crust, like cream pie with fruit, and it's awesome. I don't know what it was, but it was super good. There was this one guy who had so many allergies they had to get him a vegan cake. Don't ask me how you make a vegan buttercream, but they did. God, I love cake.
Pie is better than cake.
Yeah, you know.
What? No way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what about a cake though?
Who's
What's a
ever
pig?
heard of a birthday pie?
Actually,
Oh,
I
that's
had
what
a
I had
birthday
for
pie when
birthday.
I was 7.
I have birthday
See?
pies all the time.
Thank you.
Wow.
But it was because my mom kind of forgot my birthday, so
They're overrated.
yeah. Well, I mean, when you have like 2 kids born like super close together, it gets kind of confusing.
So am I the only one that's worried about Regibald missing?
I think he's dead, so I don't care. He had a red shirt. How do I save this here? Oh. Okay. Oh. Sorry. I got scared.
Just need to bring Samaj back.
Sandwich!
The
He was my
best.
favorite.
Some
The
say
best
he's
character.
still burrowing to this day.
Yeah. We
They
can
totally
hear him in our
could.
dreams.
The
Someone told
bards
me
sing a song
couldn't
about.
burrow through the whole planet. He proved them wrong.
Hey, what's up?
What's
What's
up,
up, man?
Rye?
We were about to sing the ballad of Samaj.
I just always imagined that he got burned down in the house that I did.
Unfortunately, it wasn't that druid that was with us at the time. Who I hear is making a comeback.
Eventually.
Wait, what happened?
Don't call it a comeback.
We're just talking about that house I burned down that one time.
Oh man, that was so legit.
Yeah, right? I had so many cool things planned for that character.
My favorite part was
And
that
then he
displacer beast.
Oh my god, that
Oh,
was a
God.
really cool.
I wanted
that
it
the
to be
ca-
my pet.
Is that the campaign
Oh
where
my
you guys had the riverboat?
That was the
Yeah.
campaign that we had
Yes.
the owl bear and the egg.
Yes.
No, not the owl bear.
Wait,
The
Jared
pseudo
was playing
dragon.
with you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
No,
the first
we didn't have a pseudo dragon.
That was
Yeah.
later. That
Oh
was
yeah.
the next one.
Caliths.
Yeah, that was Caleb.
Kayla actually, but everybody messed it up. So it's okay.
Hey,
I'm
I had a
used
quick-
to messing up my name.
I had a question about resistances now. Like, for example, do
Resistance is half damage, immunity is full.
And it's futile.
well, is there? I guess is vulnerability a thing anymore? I guess is what I mean. So
Yeah,
if I were
yeah,
to have
yeah,
like,
vulnerability
it
would
is.
be double damage.
Oh
I
damn!
think
Okay,
That's how it works.
worthwhile then. Luckily, I've
Look
had
at
this cantrip. Luckily, I have like a billion cantrips, and I've had I picked the what do you call it? One I just never used. Cleric one. It's gonna come in handy, I imagine.
Nah. Not now that I know you have it.
We'll never face an undead again in this Forsaken realm.
Yeah, in this
For
realm.
some
of
reason, all
just-
the
in this realm
all
where one of the
creatures-
domains is just completely populated by undead.
we never go there.
I also almost picked up. I'm still considering because I can still replace one of my spells with level 3, and there's this crazy spell that I might get. Magic Circle. Do you know what that does?
Oh, I know
that
what
one's
that does.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
yeah,
you, can
I
only-
like it.
you can choose 5, one or all of these 5 types, and then, like undead's one of them. So it seems pretty useful.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you, Moose.
Those.
Real bad.
Yeah.
She's chewing, and like she likes to chew right next to me.
Hell yeah, she does.
Like, okay, I got her a new toy, and it's like halfway destroyed now. and they don't make these toys anymore. They discontinued them. What am I going to do?
Dogs do. She's gonna suffer.
Just get her a, I don't know,
Wow.
a
Is that-
metal pipe.
She'll chew through that too, okay?
Yeah, I know that'd be. I know she will. That's.
A diamond whoopee.
A diamond whoopee moose.
So are we all back?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what the future Mr. Moose is gonna give her.
Oh,
Oh, poor Lucy. She'll
she,
never have
she
someone.
deserves it.
But she'll never have kids, and she'll be really sad about that.
She'll adopt.
Oh my god.
She'll adopt a cat.
One eye will always be looking away longingly at what could be.
And one disappointed eye looking at her kid.
Uh,
I think we're ready to go, right?
Now that we had a nice reminiscing moment.
Yeah.
Are we riding horses or what are we doing, Brick?
I'm riding a Clydesdale.
Whoa.
I don't feel like a Clydesdale could
wait,
support
can
your
we
giant
pick, like,
robot,
our
buddy.
horses?
That's way too beautiful for this world.
I want to ride a Morgan. Those guys
I
are
just-
pretty.
Imagine we're riding Thestrals.
Oh, also, guys, another thing for my character you don't know right now is my guy is really lucky since we come to this realm. So
Oh,
I'm
yes.
really lucky now. So just know that.
So he gets to ride the unicorn.
That's all you need to know, apparently.
Give me an Appaloosa.
In fact, I have inexplicable
Okay,
luck that seems to
well,
kick in at just
I
the
don't
right
know
moment.
all these horses except for I know Appaloosa's a movie.
It's also
So-
a place
so
in
I'm-
My Little
I'm
Pony.
riding a dog.
Yeah,
Have you
I was about
never
to say,
seen the
someone's
movie-
riding a hill dog.
Have you never seen the movie Hidalgo? Come
I
on now.
have seen it. It
That's
has
an
Aragorn
Appaloosa.
in it.
Yep, that's
But
an
there's
Exactly.
no Army of the Dead in it, so I turned it off.
You know what
okay,
there is? Scorpion King?
So, Brick busts out a map.
from his chest.
Wherever he wants to bust it out from.
Well, I mean, there's no more hamsters in
Does
that
he
little
also bust
pocket,
it?
so
Yeah. Oh, wow. Way to bring
He's
it
got all
up,
this
man.
storage space.
And,
The finger.
Oh my god.
you,
Also,
sorry
Ryan-
it's like weird colors and
What
stuff.
magic did you use to make this map, Brick? I'm
If-
so
if-
proud of
The
you.
finger.
If Fort Zombie doesn't show up here, just know.
Dan Weigel is right there.
So is all
Mhm.
this blackness, is it mist?
That is the border as Brick knows it.
Oh, so we have a shroud.
Yeah, the border as Brick knows it. He knows that every single time he's gone out to try to look at the border and everything, there is, even when it's not wintertime in the land of Lamortia, there's a huge blizzard. He's pretty much ridden down this red road on the border, and it's completely a huge blizzard just seemingly surrounds the land
It's Narnia.
So wait, where are we? What town are we in?
Narnia.
Dan,
right
it's
there.
right there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, can we please
see.
go to New Furchenberg?
You're gonna have really good beer.
Brick, you've actually only been to
That'd be
Furstenberg
It's
once.
Furstenfest, okay?
And also, I'll let you know the only town name I made
North
up was Dan
Furstenberg?
Weigel, and everything else
Dan
is
Fiegel?
actually a name in it.
It's German.
Yeah, or
And Dunkeld?
Lundendorf.
Apparently we're in Germany. I'm
Heard.
excited.
Dunkel
I love
Heights
beer.
is dark.
Heights.
Great job, Brandon.
And Demise, right? Demise? That sounds plausible. Let's go there.
Okay, and so as y'all are kind of
Dark.
riding or whatever, Brick luckily knows the Blood House is, as its apt name, it's probably not really named that, is deep within these forests on a little bit ways up the mountains of the start of the Sleeping Beast. It's named that because there's legend that the mountains coming up are actually the spine of a monstrous creature that kind of went into either a hibernation or died or something like that, and then the land just kind of formed over them. But there is like a prophecy or like a tell or whatever you want to say that is the scariest version of it, where
An omen.
yeah, and it seems like there might, or it kind of floats around Lamortia that one day after some crazy event happens, the beast will awaken and kind of rip the ground up from underneath it. And no one knows exactly what will happen then, other than lots of people will die.
Maybe it'll happen today.
And Brick is telling us that.
Yeah, he's just kind of letting you know the history of the town.
Cool,
as you guys
man.
are walking.
So
Luckily,
glad we're here.
As you can see, the actual
all gonna
the
die.
actual state is really, or baron, or what do you want to call it, barony, is really small. Each
Principality.
square is probably only about 9 miles.
Oh.
Oh wow.
So it's not near as big as the Eberron that you know, where things are very far away and lightning rails are necessary. You can actually cover a lot of ground and probably get across it in a couple days. He lets you know that this Schloss von Obreaker is actually that is the name of the ruler, and that's kind of where he rules from. It's he has a large mansion there. That
Of course he's a Von.
yeah.
Sounds
and
like he's
then
compensating for
the
something.
main city, even though it's not the most populated, is Mitternacht, and it's located on the Black River. And then the most populated city
Mitternacht.
is actually Ludendorff, and that's because it's a port town. He tells you, really, Brooke, you've only ever been to New Furchtenberg. That's where you actually got this map. And it's a really popular city, but you kind of were drawn to the small town life for whatever reason, and
That was
you
probably a very
Lily.
and you probably you like to be in the sheriff of the town, and you've only been there a couple times for like just maybe talking to the law enforcement in that area to kind of meet up or something like that, but you haven't actually explored much of this map because you were needed almost from the get-go. So you've been pretty busy these past 3 years. But luckily you had sent you took volunteers. People, the town population as of like a year ago was about 150 people. And in the last year it's been reduced to about 125, as throughout the year people have either gone missing or there's been like rumors that like people have been stolen in the night and stuff like that. And you kind of set up like a watch, almost a neighborhood watch, if you will, and where people were being ever more vigilant. And the 4 men, not including Dewey, that were with you are kind of the leaders of that, where they take it very seriously, and they feel as if they feel as if they owe you something, and so they're working very hard to kind of see it. One actually, in the last disappearance, spotted someone taking someone away and traveling in the directions of this wood. It is known by town folks, all the old people that kind of sit at the bar, and that's kind of all they do. They tell folks or tell stories of the fact that Dan Weigel used to actually be a huge town that's almost a population of like 800 or 900, which in this area is a very, very large town. And they said that the old mayor retired, and he moved into the woods and built a large mansion there, where once a year he would invite people from the town, a random assortment of people, to come up there to have go to like a really fancy dinner or ball or whatever have you. But sometimes people didn't return, but it was rumored they just stayed there to live with them. They don't really know. It happened every 10 years, and it was actually on the 10-year mark the town would get really excited, and then he would come into town, and there would be like a lottery, and then those people would be taken in carriages that he provided to his house, and then would be carriaged back or whatever. And every time anyone came back, they always talked about how just like extravagant it was, how much food there was, wine, ale, just from like places you've never even heard before and probably will never hear of again. And that died off a while back, and no one's heard from that area since.
And that's where we're headed.
Yeah, that's where you're headed.
All right, let's make haste.
Okay. And so as you kind of get into the forest, the deeper you get into it, the more the trees pretty much blot out the sun, and the more cold it gets. It's probably around, I don't know, we'll just say for the sake of it, it's probably like getting in from like the middle of between summer and fall. And so it gets kind of chilly, but it's like almost a unusual temperature underneath all these trees. And actually, you guys are just kind of going through. You don't see almost anyone as you're passing through the trees. And imagine like the forest when the ring race are chasing Aragorn through the forest in the Fellowship of the Rings. It's like the trees are that spread open. But somehow, like once they get up to the like kind of the canopy, they completely fan out and cover almost the entire sun. You see slight glimpses of sunlight, but there's not much around. So it's not dimly lit, but you can tell that if it was probably night, it would be pitch black here. As you guys are kind of scanning around and just kind of riding your horses through, and Brick is just telling you what he knows of the places around him and stuff like that. Carmichael, you actually every once in a while see like a person move behind a tree, and by the time your horse kind of goes around where you can see the view, they're just completely gone. And that happens probably 5 or 6 times before you see the party walking into a what looks to be 5 men that are just like lined in your pathway. No one else sees this.
And I, of course, don't say anything to anybody.
Okay, awesome. And so as the horses are kind of walking up, anyone who is trained in it can make an Arcana check.
Ho. What ho?
What? Ho?
Let me tell you, I'm good at it.
Damn, he is a wizard.
Real good at it, actually.
Okay. So, you sense like almost an overwhelming aura of death surrounding you. And as you guys are kind of getting up to where Carmichael, you see the line almost drawn in the sand in these bodies. The horses start acting really weird. And Brandon, you kind of look in a general direction and almost...
Who's Brandon?
Sorry, Sonnet. You look in a general, like a very specific direction, and your mind almost melts through the material plane and goes into the ethereal plane for a second, and you see 5 men standing before you. And then your mind kind of snaps back out of it, and everyone roll initiative.
Woo woo.
11 again. What the fuck?
God, these initiative rolls.
Okay, I'm
oh,
7.
Damn.
Oh, I should have inspired one of you guys.
22.
Oh, that's nice.
He's not insane anymore. Hopefully.
Okay, Brandon, you said yours is a 7?
Yeah.
Brandon?
11.
Nice. TJ?
A gentleman 6.
Brad? Lee?
22.
22. James?
9.
Brentley?
19.
19.
Carmichael strikes.
Okay, Brad. It'll be your turn. But you
And I just, yeah.
you don't see anything around you.
Do I, like, so
The
do I
horses are just
notice-
kind of... The horses are just almost like... Some of them are rearing up. They're just acting like kind of real crazy. And it's getting a little difficult to ride them, but you can't really tell what it is from.
Whoa, and I've named my horse Flick. So I'm like, whoa, Flick, whoa.
Oh, God.
Whoa,
McQueen.
Flick. And I guess that's my turn.
Okay.
since-
Yeah. And then it'll be Brentley's turn.
I not really noticing what's going on. I like approach and like wave at the travelers I see.
Yeah, and as
Frank!
Yeah, so as you kind of walk up and wave, you see all
And
of
then everyone else just sees me just waving, walking towards nothing.
like past the, or you can either be on your horse or you could have gotten off. It's up to you.
I'm off.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of walk through their horses, the line that the horses have made that are winning, and you kind of walk up. And as you walk up, the closer you get, all of their right hand just is slowly raising the closer and closer you get. You're interpreting it, if you want, as a wave back.
I definitely am.
Yeah. And then as that happens,
Oh, good.
you learn very quickly that they are not waving.
Who's
Okay.
Aiden Meadows?
That's Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Oh.
so and then before everyone's eyes, you now see 5 ghostly figures with their right
Sorry,
hand
Brittany.
raised up. And they each walk up to one of you. So we'll go at Brentley first. Does an 11 hit or 12 hit your AC?
Is he attacking or is he like, what's he doing?
He's attacking you. He's reaching out his hand, and he just looks as if he's about to touch you.
Oh, an 11 though?
A 12.
Oh, a 12? No.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you kind of like in a weird thing, like, hey, don't touch me. He like kind of just almost like slowly tries to place his hand on you, and you
I would
just
say, bro, just back up.
okay. And then we'll just go
Bad
down the
touch.
line. Eloy, one walks up to you and just looks as if he's just about to place his hand on your leg. I assume you're still on the horse. And
Can I see this? I can't see
no,
this.
you
happening.
can now. They've all appeared to everyone. Does an 18 hit your AC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice.
But as this happens, I see this and I start to freak out.
Yeah.
Freak.
This will be good.
Yeah. So you see this. It places its hand on like your leg, and then you take 7 necrotic damage, and you feel
Oh,
like
God.
a jolt go through your body, and almost like a quick plague had like tired you out. And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so that'll be just one of these. 10.
Okay. So everyone around you, you see this thing touch.
Is it a bad
Touch
touch?
Eloy, and then he
I
almost.
have.
Fuck. How old is your character?
How
Wow.
old?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know, like in his early 20s.
Early 20s? Okay.
Do we
So
have to get a
everyone
doll out?
around him, and you feel this as the withering touch goes through your body. Only to you, though, Brad, its face goes from that of a man to just like almost an endless void with like a maw as teeth, and just is like a very like just terrifying image to you. And everyone around you sees it, and you feel it. Your character ages 40 years immediately.
My God.
Oh dear.
Like you.
So, let's say I'm in my 60s.
Yeah, like
then.
60s. And so like you know, like hair, it's like almost as if you haven't cut your hair in 40 years. White hair just starts to grow down from you. You have like a huge like matted disheveled beard, and like your eyes just have bags on underneath them.
Well, I'm gonna be hitting the old dusty trail.
Okay, and then it will be oh no, sorry.
Maybe should have used initiative there.
Okay. And
Or
so
inspiration.
another one walks up to the new to Brick, and it tries to place its hands on you, but it just goes straight through you, and like you can see it's like almost like it looks visibly confused even though it's a ghost. Brick, are you immune to like charm or possession effects?
Oh. That's a great question.
As a Warforged, I can look it up.
Yeah.
don't think so. I think it's disease and
Disease.
drowning.
Okay.
Is he trying to drown him?
Is he drowning in sorrow? I see the sea of sorrows. Get a guess?
see.
Fuck all you.
This.
Guaranteed TJ makes the same joke in 10 minutes. Everybody laughs.
But it'll be funny. Okay, so until further notice, we'll say that you aren't. I'm going to need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
I'm laughing. on the
Charisma saving
inside.
throw. Okay.
I don't see anything about it. Let's
Okay,
see.
I didn't think it. I just wanted to make sure.
Brad's not allowed to be creepy out of turn.
Immunity to poison, sleep, paralysis, and disease. Resistant to poison.
Oh, son.
I'm gonna use. I take it an 8 doesn't save.
I'm
No,
even more
unfortunately
creepy
it doesn't.
now that I'm
So
Okay, I'll use my
you-
inspiration on that.
Oh, okay, nice. Good choice.
I hope 11 saves.
You don't have any charisma?
No, it's at 10.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, as you see, it goes straight through you. And then everyone around you sees it disappears as it goes into your body, and Brick's eyes turn from whatever they were into like just like white is glowing out of them.
God damn it.
I take it this doesn't have anything to do with horror.
Would you say he's drowning in sorrow?
Tell me though,
Shut the
if someone can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by a creature, would that end that effect?
Yes.
That's good
If
to know.
you can stop him from being possessed, it will end the effect. And then another one, 1, 2, 3, walks up to Sonnet,
No.
and it tries to place its hand on you as well.
Nay.
I can't be charmed.
Oh, you can't be?
Nope.
Can you be withering?
Oh,
touched?
no, I have advantage against
Yeah, you can be.
Charmed.
It's yeah.
Oh, so you can be charmed?
Yeah, I just have advantage.
Okay.
Should I roll?
Yes.
What is this a
DC 13 charisma saving throw?
Oh, charisma?
Yeah.
Oh,
You got it.
plus 7 on this. So 17
Yeah.
on the first one.
So you also see the ghost like go in Sonnet for a second, but then Sonnet you like mentally just like repel it from your body, assumably yelling out "back, evil spirit, back."
I bitch slap it.
Yeah. And it kind of repels back from you as if it just repels back from you. And then to Aiden Meadows, another ghost walks up and then
Embrace
places its
your
hand on
fear,
you
son.
and does 16 hit you?
It goes to you because it's a tie.
Woo, I'm all about those ties. You're going to take 9
Ugh.
necrotic damage,
Uh-oh.
and I
Jesus.
am going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Is it to be charmed?
No.
Okay.
Do I win?
What'd you get?
17.
Boom. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
good.
Nice.
you see, everyone around you sees the ghost like keeps its hand on you for a bit, and your hair starts slowly turning gray, and then
But it's already white.
but it turns gray.
Oh, God.
And you then like your mental fortitude just repels it back, and the ghost is like knocked off its feet, and your hair goes back to the white that everyone has known for the last 25 minutes. And then it will be.
I pull some black paint out of my bag and smear
And
it
then
on my
it'll be
face.
it'll be Brandon's turn. Are you going blackface?
Who?
Black
Brandon,
and white,
it's your
red.
Who?
Wait, are you trying to make...
Okay, so
I
when
knew
I
it.
when I see
Chris
this
was my father.
with I'm gonna say with like maybe my Arcana check
Mm-hmm.
when the thing goes and possesses Brick,
Yeah.
would I be able to tell if my dispel magic would force him out?
Okay. The only thing that can force him out is spells that either turn undead, or dispel magic would work. Sorry.
Okay. So I'll do that.
Okay.
And if it's a spell that's 3rd level or lower, it automatically ends. And if it's higher than that, I can roll against it.
Okay.
My the DC for it would be 10 plus the spell level.
Okay. Well, it's just as like possession. It's not a spell, I don't think. Yeah. So we'll just say it's it's challenge level 4. So we'll just say the DC is like, we'll just say it's like 13. or 14, one of the two, because it's not a spell, like it's just possession. But it can be removed with dispel evil, dispel magic, and stuff like that. So,
Or maybe that blue potion.
Do we still have that?
yeah,
We do.
it's even better now.
I'm
Brandon,
so
we'll just say
scared
the
for you
DC's
guys.
13.
Well, if it's 13, then I can just end it though.
Well, what I'm saying is like it's not actually a spell level. Like it's not a spell. It can just be removed with those. So because it's not like an actual spell. So we'll say it's 14 then, because it's a challenge level 4 thing. So I guess that would make more sense.
Well, but I have to target a creature, an object, or a magical effect. And it goes at the spell, like it is dictated by a spell level. So I feel like if it doesn't have a spell level, I can't use it.
Oh, okay. Well, because it just says that things that
It's
are
okay, dude.
like dispel evil and good, and like if you cannot make them possess and stuff like that. So I figured dispel magic would work as well.
You're failing your friends on it.
So
God.
are there like a group
Terrifying.
of them enough where I could do like a little like a burst and just hit them, or are they just like all in the middle of us?
They pretty much walked up to you guys and are
Okay.
like, where if you could do like a line or something like that, you would be able to probably get them all on the line.
I'll just see how this new magical boomstick works, and I'll shoot one that's within. I guess the one that grabbed from me,
Okay, sweet.
and that'll be a 20.
Oh yeah, that'll for show hit.
Whoops, I don't have a D10 macro, so
Click on that little dice. To,
You can just slash roll d10.
boom. Nice.
Boom.
13.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you blast it with you took the pistol, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you almost like you get a point blank shot on it, and you blast it, and as you do, like you see the bullet almost as it goes into it, it like phases out like it goes into the like another plane, and then comes out the back and like goes through its head and kills it, and the ghost drops to the ground, and then as it goes out the back of it, it seems like it phases back into the plane, and then it like lodges into a tree and like splinters some of it.
And I just I look at the smoke in this magical contraption, and then I'm like, I guess I should blow it away. And that's my turn. Actually, I'm gonna inspire Brick.
Okay, nice. And then it will be Brick's turn.
okay, so I'm possessed, or
Oh yeah, so it's my turn.
Oh God.
Okay, so Brick,
Inspire Brick.
can you make a charisma saving throw, please?
yeah, 13.
Nice. Okay, so first I'll act, and then you've saved from it. So you hop off of your horse, and you kind of just saunter over to Carmichael, who's also off his horse.
Oh, good.
And you just like attempt to put your hands around his neck. And so if you could just make a d20 with your strength, that would be great for me.
Oh God, he's gonna kill him.
It's gonna graze him.
Okay, and so your strength is a plus
3.
3.
Well, it's
Okay.
a 17 total.
Yeah, okay, cool. And that hits your AC, right, Brinley?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just a bit.
Brinley, Carmichael, as you're like kind of shaking off this feeling, you turn around and see your robot friend who you've known for a long time just place his hands around your neck and just start squeezing, and you take 6 squeezing damage.
Squeezing damage.
You said 6, right?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Dead tired. And so then after James, you kind of come back to yourself, and you see yourself with your hands wrapped around Carmichael's neck, and you kind of like your hands like rip off of it, and you don't really know what you've done, and then it'll be Brittany's turn.
I wait half a second
Okay.
though, and then do that.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
You're into the power.
am I still on my horse, or did the phasey ghost thing
No,
kind of
you're
push
on your
me out?
horse for
Okay.
show.
Okay, good.
There's
Yeah.
5 of these things, right, Ryan?
Now, tell me, Ryan,
Now
what
four.
the ghost that's visiting Brick? Has it left his body, or have we seen anything happen?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've downloaded a virus.
You see after it like just kind of shoots out right beside him, and it's just like it kind of shoots out like a ghost would, where it's like vapor, and then it goes into that form that you saw. It doesn't go into the form you saw. It goes into a Oh no, I wasted it. It goes into this form. No, okay, I'll put up the picture in a second. But it just goes into its ghostly form. So now it's kind of like just almost a white vapor sitting there.
Sweet. So I'm trying to figure out because like I can't really see where they are. Is there a way where I can position myself where they're kind of all in a line?
Yeah, you can actually just hop off your horse, move in front of it, and then they'll all be in a line, kind of right. They pretty much just walked up slowly to all of your horses, and like just reached up to you.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to hop off my horse gently and lightly because I'm a wood elf, so I look very majestic doing it. And I am going to do a lightning bolt and shoot it in. It's 5 feet wide by 100 feet long,
Nice.
and that's gonna be. Where's my? I closed my D20 window. +7. I don't have inspiration or anything.
That will hit.
I think we all have inspiration, right?
Well, I already used mine earlier because I had like a 4.
That hits.
Nice. Okay, so just 1 second.
This is what the one looks like.
Okay, so 2, 3, 8. Okay, 8 and 6. Okay,
True horror.
and they have to make each creature in the line must make a dexterity save.
Ravenloft, the ghosts are spookier than you can imagine.
Save.
Okay, so the 2 that save, and then how many get hit?
2.
Okay, so 2. So do I have to roll damage for each of them?
No.
Or just the one? Okay, so 2 get half 33, so I don't know, do they do
16.
0.5s?
No. You always run it down.
16.5? Damn. So they get 16 damage, and then the other 2 get 33 damage.
Nice. Okay. So as you do that, you shoot this like, haha, man. Really? Are you not in the chat, dude?
I'll link it.
Yeah, I'll link it up.
Someone in
Yeah,
the,
no,
the
I'm not very
stream
good at
chat-
chat this thing.
No, don't worry about
The
it.
stream chat link that for you.
Thank you so
Or made
much.
that for you,
man.
brother.
No, Jack.
Carmichael says, who made this?
Neo
Someone in the chat
Gambit,
stream.
someone watching. Thank you. That's
Oh
It
my
was really
god,
good.
yes! This just made me so happy.
it's all worth it now.
Exactly.
Just let the shipping begin.
Okay, so you hop off your horse and you just give this like crackling beam of lightning that just kind of scatters all through, and it just as it goes through each ghost in the line, they just kind of like burst into almost a vapor, and after the electricity in the air, your hair is like assumably almost standing up on your body, and everything, the vapor just kind of falls to the ground, and there's kind of like a silence throughout.
Oh, she killed all of them?
All of them.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I did that.
Lightning bolt, the ruiner of encounters.
It's a good thing because I realized that
Well,
magic
okay,
circle
for
takes
thing, they're
1 minute to
ghosts.
cast.
Who else was gonna kill them? They're ghosts.
I have
They're,
a magic weapon.
yeah, but it's a weapon. It's
Oh,
like,
put that thing away.
yeah, put that little thing away.
That's what Lily said.
I mean, I was fine. None of them even wanted to touch me.
That's why Lily likes Brick.
Hey,
He has he has 2 modes.
My endurance
them
is
vibrate?
phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Battery
He doesn't
needed.
have to breathe. Okay, yeah. So everything kind of clears, and Eloy, you are still rather aged.
Aww.
I take my time getting off my horse.
I'm gonna look at Eloy and be like,
Is he
"Something seems
grumpy?
different about you." I can't put my finger on it.
Oh my god. Hold on.
What is
I know.
changelings' lifespans? Isn't it like humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eloy.
Such fleeting existence.
Such meaningless.
Yeah.
Like,
Insectile
like hamsters are
lifespan.
humans. Humans are like the hamsters of elves.
Yeah, they really are.
Think of how many hamsters Brick's gonna have to watch live and die.
He's Lenny from Of Mice and Men. It's just they don't all die from old age.
I mean, we haven't heard the story of how Anne and
Yeah, they actually die.
Anne and Dan died.
There's been way too many emotions in this session. Maybe next time we'll have
take
a
a-
flashback.
I take a little band out of my pocket and put my hair up into a man bun.
Oh man.
Well, guys, there's no way that it's gonna get worse. Let's head out.
That was weird, right? You guys looked like you were having trouble. I'm just gonna like saw like my horse was like wagging in behind, you know?
Yeah. What was going on?
Yeah, what was going on? I thought I heard lightning.
You just see like vaporous.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hey, Feanor, I just killed a ghost with this thing. And I'm just holding the pistol still.
I've killed. Okay, yeah. So your eyes in the ethereal plane don't seem to see anyone else around you, and Brick, according to your map, you guys are probably still about. Let me look at the map real quick, I guess. You guys are probably still about maybe about 3 miles from where you think the manor is located.
Did you put a scale in there, or is that already there?
That was already there, and it's
Oh.
cut off. I did the picture wrong, and so it's cut off. But it used to
You
be.
piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, it was exactly the size of a box, so I left the box for scale. Okay, so I assume that you guys continue along your way. You find nothing
Yeah.
of value on these ghosts that just disintegrated into nothing. Other than the lasting effect they've apparently had on Eloy. That's all they really left behind. And, okay, so you keep traveling. You
Oh god.
come upon a kind of a clearing in the woods, and you see, imagine this house a little more run down. You see something like that.
Oh my god,
And,
yes.
Good lord.
it-
a little more run down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that chimney's not as intact or whatever. And there
The
seems
scaffolding
as
is
if
gone.
there used to be like a gate around it that's been kind of like pushed over or fallen down and crumpled. There's tall grass all around it, but you can tell where there used to be maybe a driveway or something like that, because the grass isn't near as tall there, but it's still fairly tall. And as you're kind of walking up to it, I assume you, Carmichael, from this window, from this window, make a perception check.
All right. Ooh.
Okay.
17.
You see a ghostly face staring out of it, and then as soon as it notices you noticing it, the curtain like closes
Noticing you.
real slowly. You see only a hand on the curtain slowly closing it, and then almost like what everyone else would just assume is a wind, like ruffling the curtain. You can tell that it hit it as it was moving, and the curtain's kind of like moving in the window.
Anyway, Sonic, did you? No. No.
I look at him and I say, yes, whatever you're about to say, yes.
My God, Sonic. We gotta get into that house.
Exactly, for whatever reason you're thinking.
Well, let me go first.
I know exactly what
That's
you're
the only cue I needed.
And as the great actor he is,
Okay,
he never misses his cue.
exactly. So are we going front door?
I minor
back
illusion
door?
a red carpet.
In essence, aren't we all acting?
Now you're getting it. I turn around because I assume
Welcome
his
to the
sports light
fold,
behind.
Eloy.
Okay.
I actually pull out my moleskin and I write what he just said down. Go on.
Go on.
I'm like readying myself to go to the front door.
I am as well
Is that
with
what
my
they're calling it
moleskin
nowadays?
and a pen.
Okay. So you kind of walk
Oh,
up
God.
to that, like the outside entryway. I would show you more of behind you, but it would ruin everything. And the door right here was a very large wooden door, but it is slightly ajar, and it's kind of
Is
moving
this-
moving around in the wind that has come back for dramatic effect.
Are we here where the blue lines are?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Do y'all want to do like an order of people, or do you want to do? How do you guys want to do this?
I'm next to
I-
Eloy writing down everything he says.
Okay.
I'm gonna like go first, taking this
I
very
am-
seriously.
I also
Slightly
inspire Eloy.
I'm slightly behind to the right of Sonnet, but within hand holding distance, you know.
Just in case. Just in Jinky's
just in case,
distance.
Don't
Buddy
worry,
system.
folks. I'll protect you.
In the time that we rode up, was it like 10 minutes?
What do you mean?
No.
Like from when you could like see the house to when you got there?
Well, from killing the ghost, but that would have been a short rest because we were riding.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Okay.
No,
Eloy's still just ancient.
I inspire Eloy though.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
I'm 63
like
years old.
63 now.
You feel and look 63. And also
Well,
are 63.
Here's the question though. Okay, out of game, but
Okay.
like I can turn into look like anything, so I could
Yeah.
just make myself not look 63.
Exactly. You could try.
That's always my favorite wording.
Okay. All right, back to game.
can do whatever
Do
you
you
want.
want to try that?
I probably will eventually, but maybe not right now.
Whenever you do, just toss a d20 and add your wisdom to it, and we'll see what happens.
God.
I guess we'll just
All right.
see.
Yeah.
Your HP is gonna get a third.
Okay,
hit
so
again.
Brick, you kind of open the door, and the first room is just kind of like an entry room. You see a long line of where I guess it's almost like a mud room where it's a pretty long room. So what? It's 15 feet. There's like 10 hooks on the wall. And there would be hooks, but there's just jackets hanging from every single one. And then below that, there's like a wooden little shoe rack. And right underneath every single jacket, and there's like women's jackets and men's jackets and like children's jackets. Underneath every single one, there's like shoes that match what you would think the person would wear underneath it.
Okay. And there's 10 sets.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Carmichael and say, Carmichael, you're gonna let Brick go first. I thought you were the strongest and bravest one in this group.
Eloy is exactly right.
I'm gonna physically get in the doorway so he can't pass.
And I just nod like, yeah.
Well, here's what we'll say, Brick. I need you to make a perception roll as you're looking at these jackets and shoes and kind of looking there. Carmichael, you make a sneak. Brick, you make a perception. We'll see if he passes through.
Old sneaky Carmichael.
But I'm gonna use my inspiration.
He's literally
to
doing.
re-roll that.
He's doing the Scooby Doo tiptoe.
Okay, so as you're like, as you say,
He's doing theme music.
as he's saying like, Eloy is exactly right. You like kind of walk through the first door and you go dun 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 Carmichael, and then as you're about to open the next door,
Sneaking by,
Brick just
sneaking
kinda what does John Ralphio and his sister say?
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
Be suspicious. Don't be.
And then you're just saying that as you're like moving your shoulders up and down behind Brick, and then he kind of just turns around and you just stare at him, and almost like a frightened cat, your shoulders kind of go up, and he kind of just like picks you up and sets you on the other side near the coats, and then he just walks up to the door and opens it.
Oh.
And let me get this reveal going.
And I'm just continuing the dance along with Carmichael, the don't be suspicious dance.
Okay.
And I imagine we've completely just distracted ourselves from the original
Yeah.
plan.
Exactly. Is that my jacket?
We don't even give a shit.
Something about a curtain in the second floor. I don't know.
Okay, so as you go through the next door, James, on the wall, like so, you're going through this door right here.
Okay.
You see 4 doors, or can you see that door? You see 4 doors. Unfortunately, it's not 3 doors.
Yeah, I see. North, south, east, west.
Yeah. There we go. That should be better. But sorry. On either side of the south door, you see statues of something that you've actually become very, very familiar with. The others may have heard about it or read about it, but you see 2 statues of very very big-looking vampires on either side of it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Statues?
Yeah, statues.
Okay.
Okay, and so,
I'm just jealous.
Yeah, I know.
So as I see
Yeah,
them,
didn't we pay a lot of money to have a statue of Carmichael erected?
I'm gonna like.
Oh, it was
ready-
erected.
I'm gonna ready a weapon and like get my.
Good thing
cloak
our
around
lease
my
on the
shoulder.
theater was a
That way,
year.
like I'm like protected a little
It's
bit.
okay. Sonic statue sure was chiseled.
And actually, I can give you an image of what 2 of the statues look like.
I would like the image.
Hopefully, there's good as that ghost.
I don't know. Where this
You guys remember how we had that theater for a year instead of the money? That was great in hindsight.
Oh,
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god, is that Carmichael on the right?
one of them looks like the one in the
That's my
middle,
brooding. That's my brooding one.
and the one all the way to the right
You're
is
so-
actually the other one, the super brooding looking one. That's just kind of in the background. And yeah, so
I'm gonna immediately. I rolled a hit on Alice Green.
it succeeds.
Nice.
Okay, and so there, and you've actually seen pictures of this specific. It's the pictures of the same vampire. Even jokes aside, same vampire, and you've seen pictures of this and kind of read about this as you've like the reasons you went to Neufurchtenberg, were to like try to get books on werewolves and vampires and things of that, the creatures of the night, we'll call them. So you could, because while you've adventured some, those aren't things that you've really encountered for the most part. And this image, this vampire image, is actually plastered throughout all the books, and it's considered the vampire god named Nosferatu.
okay.
Hot.
Holy fuck.
Why didn't we hashtag Twihard when we were like advertising the stream?
Cause you gotta
I don't know, guys, but I'm down to 19 bullets.
And Nosferatu's at least gonna
But
take
I'm 1
3.
for 1.
Yeah.
I put a notch in my
Your pistol.
magic stick.
Oh yeah. That what you don't know is pistol is Latin for magic stick.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, for sure.
I really just need him to stop being a Nosferatu and start being a Yesferatu.
What about a maybe Sferatu?
Okay, so in the door, everything else in the room, that's like the thing that stands out the most. The other stuff is just kind of like you see, like almost like a worker's room, where at the very end there's like a bench with like a chair or whatever, where maybe someone, not a worker's room, that's dumb. Maybe where someone would shine shoes or something like that.
Get your
and then,
shine
like,
box.
yeah, and then to the north, as you can see, there's like a carpet going from the door to the north to the door to the south, and then from the west door, there's no really anything that makes it look very remarkable.
Which way do y'all want to go? I'm thinking
Left.
let's go through the left door.
I always follow red carpet, so.
Going north or south?
Oh.
Left.
You should.
So if we
follow
walk
us.
into this room, left would be the south carpet, right?
Okay, so left or west, north,
South.
So okay, where are we coming in from?
Right here.
right there,
Yeah, so we're gonna go here.
between the two statues.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going left
Yeah.
from where we entered.
South
Right.
left.
Yeah.
South left is the
Down.
cardinal
Just wanna
direction.
go down.
Damn it. I hate all of y'all.
South.
What else? What else is in this room? Anything that I can put in my pockets?
Yeah, there's actually right beside so like there's the bench, and then this little brown thing right here, we'll just say it's like the stool where people will put their feet. Right on top of it, there's still, for some reason, even though by all accounts this house has been abandoned for years, there's still a little like tin of shoe polish and a rag that has shoe polish on it.
Alright, I'm gonna take the shoe polish and stick it in my pocket.
Okay.
I just assume you're just like sucking on some hard candy or something.
You just got a lollipop.
Man,
No, just
Alright, I'm opening
some
the
other
door.
old people things.
I actually have a question.
Yes, maybe have an
Can
answer.
I roll perception to see if any of the pictures on the walls have eyes that are following us?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so that's gonna be.
Very Scooby Doo.
Ruh-roh.
They would have got away with it.
Saw and I are gonna go check
It's gonna
the
be a
kitchen.
16.
You guys go to the cellar.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Jag, you take Scooby and go to the
Okay.
cellar.
So
Rich,
We're going to the kitchen.
yeah, as you're kind of, you don't see any paintings that look like the eyes are looking at you, but as everyone's kind of looking at the doors and trying to figure out where to go, you notice that as y'all are moving around the rooms, both the statue heads are slightly turning as if to get a better vision of you when you're moving about the rooms.
Oh, hell no.
take a little shoe polish and nobody bats an eye. Turn into a 60-year-old man and everybody loses their minds.
Yep. Actually, no one's really that phased by you being a 60-year-old man. To be honest with you.
Just like,
I mean, I'd rather you look like a 60-year-old man than the weird thing we saw
63-year-old.
in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
say in character.
Whatever do you mean,
Yeah.
Banner? Whatever do you mean?
So,
Hey, Brick, can you knock down this door already?
well, I mean, is our druid going to, like, tell us that they're moving?
Oh, I thought you guys noticed.
Yeah.
No, like, okay, so I noticed the statue's moving, but I kind of think it's a little weird.
I
And
think I should try to break it.
Statues always say
wait,
that,
let
don't worry.
me I can detect magic, so I can look. I'm not used to being in human form, so going up and sniffing the statue isn't really working for me. So, let's see. That's gonna be. Oh, I detect
Boom.
magic.
Crushed it.
okay, so as you go up and you kind of look at them, you actually see both the eyes on both of them as you kind of go up. They both kind of slowly shut. And
Okay, that's creepy.
as you're kind of investigating it, you feel like a magical aura, and you think it's some type of like sentry or surveillance aura. like in this room.
And would breaking the statues like break the the bind between it, or would it like alert like an
Yeah,
alarm?
you think that the statue's eyes are like the vision for this spell.
Okay,
They're
so we
already
should
shut
break
then.
the statues.
The eyes are already shut. They know we're here.
Yeah, but we should, like,
Inconsequential.
continuing on, we should probably
They
maybe,
creep me
like,
the fuck out. I'm punching it.
Go for it.
continuing on, maybe we should keep an eye out for the statues.
Get it?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Boom. I
Okay,
punch
so
it right
as
in the
you
face.
kind of relaying all the information of what you think these statues are, Brick just comes up to one and just knocks its head off.
Nice.
And I'm like, or that works.
And I immediately
Maybe-
look at the other one for like a reaction.
Maybe the next one that hasn't seen us already, we can go do that for. I'm gonna go through the door.
Walk through this bottom door.
Yes.
I'm picking up the head that I knocked off.
Okay. And
So
then
you
that-
want to take the head that can see us with you?
I'm hiding.
And I'm gonna inspire Brick at this point.
Carmichael, again, you're letting them lead. What's up with that?
Eloy, lately you've just been on point, and I take the lead.
I just want somebody to, right?
Okay. So Carmichael waltzes through the door, and let's. Yeah.
I would have. I'd have
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
through,
yeah.
but he's like
So you
rushing
walk
past
through,
me.
and you see sorry. You see as you walk in, TJ, you see like all these tables that are set up, and on the tables are just kind of like old rotted food and all kinds of things of like looks like there was a feast here that was just left to sit. And there's like a weird air in the room, and Carmichael, as soon as you walk in, you see this room completely populated. And there's just people at the tables, just sitting there eating. There's like a weird music playing in your head, and the food does not look rotted to you at all. It looks like a regular as it looked when it was probably first cooked or whatever. You see up on we'll say this is a stage, and there's like a band playing the weird music that you see, and it's really weird because you actually see musical notes in the air.
Is it like a
Start-
masquerade
But
ball?
I don't see any of this.
Yeah, you
Start-
don't see any of it.
Or
Star
like
Wars
a
Cantina
what
music?
kind of? Is it like what's the attire like? Like a masquerade situation?
Yeah. Well, it's not masquerade, but it is a ball. Like you can tell.
Well, as I like enter in, like almost like enchanted, like I start walking, and I almost subconsciously use disguise self to alter my clothing to be like really elegant for the occasion, like to match everyone else's.
Gotcha, and you perfectly match everyone.
On point as always, Carmichael. I say to myself.
And then as you kind of walk in and your image transforms into one of theirs, you see someone at this table sitting right here kind of look up to you and like actually wave their hand and like motion for you to sit down right like across from him, and he like takes a plate of, we'll say, cornbread and like sets it there, and then like his mouth is moving but you can't hear any words coming out of it.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
That's great.
I give you my cornbread today.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
gotta
mean,
give you my cornbread tomorrow.
yeah. I'll approach the guy that was motioning to me.
Okay,
Just
so
who I am.
you take a seat.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're
I assume that he's like mute, so I'm not even like not even faced. He's not-
so to you there's like there's a bunch of food all around you. It smells very, very good to you, but yeah. And so TJ, you see Carmichael just sort of like walk over and sit down in front of this table that just has like disgusting.
I'm not gonna bet. He does weird shit all the
Yeah.
time.
He's trying to get in his zone.
And I
Yeah.
would start eating, but what you don't know is I'm on a cleanse right now.
Oh yeah, of course. It's for a roll.
Do I see anything on the stage or anywhere else?
No, you don't see.
No.
This room is like completely empty to you.
Do I see like
He's
a juice of some sort though? Something I would definitely partake in that.
Yeah, and so TJ, you
He's
see this
preparing
like
for a roll.
broken, jagged wine bottle that has like the top like broken off, and it has a very sharp like point where it's just shattered. And then Carmichael, you see like this bottle, like, and it's sitting in like one of those like silver little things that you put like in champagne in or whatever. But you
A bucket
yeah,
with ice.
yeah, a bucket with ice, but a real fancy looking one. And then, like, this would be a character in Beauty and the Beast in the mansion if it was anything. And and
It would probably have an accent.
you see TJ, you see the broken bottle just in this thing, and then Carmichael, you see it like sitting there, like waiting for you to probably pop it open and take a drink. And there's a clean looking glass.
I
to
reached
you.
for it.
Yeah. And then you pour, and it smells so very sweet to you.
And I being the excellent, like taster I am, connoisseur of wine, I do the whole like swirl, smell, like, oh yeah.
You go full Tyler.
Oh my god.
There we go, full Tyler.
Never in your life go full time.
Unless anyone does anything to stop me, I will attempt to take a drink out of it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you.
Wow.
I like how Brilliant's like, that's so disgusting of you.
Oh god. I feel like I should stop him,
Like I said, he does weird stuff. Like I wouldn't know.
but
I'd
I
just
wouldn't
like,
be
trying to
surprised. That's my thing. Is that he could totally know what he's doing. For whatever I know, he could be like method acting.
In fact, I probably am.
Yeah.
But no,
So, Brilliant,
I take a drink.
I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution save.
Thank God, Constitution is pretty decent. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, your stomach, you taste it, and it's not as good as you thought it was gonna be, but it's not as bad as it could have been.
Unfazed.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you would feel confident in offering this to your friends as a good vintage.
It's a little tart, but it gets the job done. I say to my mute friend.
And
There's
he
a real
like-
mouthy taste.
he like
Don't worry, you don't need to say that. I know, I had a cousin just like you.
It must be Spanish. It has the fun.
And I researched him for a role. But he like as you say that joke to him, he like erupts in a mute boisterous laughter, and like is holding
And
his-
I, at this time, I do a classic Carmichael. I try to heartily pat him on the back.
yeah. In the first moment, you realize like your hand just kind of like either you think you missed him or it went through him. You're not really sure because you are already kind of feeling the effects of this wine that you've drinking, and so you like go to pat him on his shoulders, and you kind of just miss him or go through him. Up to you.
I'm not actually even looking. Like I was
Gotcha.
like laughing, like, and I just do, and I think about it, or I'm a little shocked, and I like kind of stop and look at him for a second, but I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, and then the music keeps going. People are servants start coming out of this door right here. The first.
And that distracts me from
Yeah.
what could have been problem immediately, and I'm paying attention to that now.
Yeah, well, they're like coming out with food and dropping it on the table and stuff like that, and it just is like a scene of a feast kind of going on.
Does anyone else? So, are there people in the room yet? The rest of the party?
Yeah, I've walked in.
Yeah.
Do they see like what
No.
are they seeing?
No one else but Carmichael sees it.
Okay.
To them, it's just an empty room, and you guys
Carmichael's
are just
being
kind of
weird.
sitting there watching Carmichael take this jagged wine bottle, pour some, drink some of it, to like slap his hand in the air like a kitty cat, not knowing really what's going on, and then
I'm gonna lean over. Okay.
turn his
Just-
attention almost like a dog to this door right here.
I'm shining my shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Sana and be like, "You're the Carmichael expert, but I feel like he's acting weird even for him."
Yeah, I'm gonna lean over and say, and I thought Eloy was a crazy one now.
He stepped away.
Eloy, why would he be crazy?
Sonnet stepped away for a second.
Oh, busted! Sonnet dies.
So Sonnet doesn't find anything
Oh.
wrong. I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, well, you know,
Okay.
He's just kind of sitting there like, I don't know, dude. And
I'm gonna.
okay.
Can I do a? Can I do a detect magic or perception? Let's do perception. That might be a good idea to see
you-
what the hell he's doing.
yeah.
Okay.
Eloy looks fine to me.
Looks fine to her.
All right. He looks fine to me too.
Yep.
Yeah. So you
Carry on, Carmichael.
Yeah, you kind of going through and you're like, just classic Carmichael.
Classic.
And but
Classic.
TJ, so are you further into the room than Carmichael is?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
be like going up to try to inspect the stage.
Okay, yeah. So as
Or,
you're
like, the
passing
rest
by
of
this door,
whatever. Yeah.
can you please make a perception check?
I sure can.
Thank you.
Perception is. Let's see, +6.
Do I get my inspiration back for that?
15.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I did waste it trying to sneak past
Okay, yeah.
Brick.
So
It was not wasted.
Totally worth it.
let's see here. Yeah, so as you pass this door, you
Mm-hmm.
hear like almost like a shuffling around on the other side.
I'm gonna immediately go investigate it.
Okay, so as you go to the door, you see. Let me open this up.
Busted.
And he's back.
Who?
The one who left.
I'm sorry, Sonnet. You died.
Oh, did I?
You fell down this big hole. And then this
Sorry, guys, I have to pee.
gigantic.
There was a dragon that was pushed on top of you.
Long story short,
Brave,
Yeah.
brave.
RL showed up for a
science.
bit and you missed it. Okay, so as you go through, you
Mhm.
see. One sec, let me see what you see for sure. Yeah. Okay, so you see 3 like rotted bodies look up,
Ew.
and they're like feeding on this other body, and they look up at you, and yeah, they don't look very pleased to see you. And so roll initiative.
Oh god.
Everyone can roll initiative.
Why is it always zombies?
This is the first time it's ever been zombies.
Little did you know that the first name for this manor was Fort Zombie.
Oh, Brick and Brick and Eloy, you can use inspiration on your
I think I will.
On our roll.
initiative. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll just be enjoying this.
Didn't take that 14.
Okay, Brad,
16.
Brentley,
3.
Brandon.
6. But Brick, you just roll another D8 and add to it.
Oh, okay. So 10.
So you can roll your D8. You don't have to. You just can.
Oh, I definitely want to. So 13.
Wait.
Brittany.
That was a
That's his bardic inspiration, Brett. That Brandon gave him.
8 plus. Okay, I've got a.
You have it too,
I've got
Brett.
a 10.
TJ.
Oh, mine was 21.
21. Nice. So you are able to act first against these monsters.
I think I might have rolled.
There's 3 of them, correct?
3. That is correct.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to pull out my trusty water whip, and I want the one closest to me to make a dex save.
Give it to me. Give it
14.
To me, give it to me.
Give it to me,
Boom.
baby.
Save.
Okay.
I'm
It's-
just crushing out back-to-back nat 20s, boys.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I still have this. It's still going to take half damage. Or whatever this is. So it's like 6 damage.
6 damage. Nice. So you like lop. Wait.
Flop?
Wrong stats.
Flop.
Stop.
Flop and lop stuff.
Yeah. So you you come out with the whip and it just lops its right arm off.
Okay. Then I'm gonna run at it.
Okay.
Into
And
that room.
let's see.
He's already in the room.
Yeah, I'm in the room.
You see, okay, so what you see is Theanor like push through this door, and then it just like kind of closes behind him, and then you hear like a scuffle going. You hear like the classic water sound of his whip that you've come to know and love.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a water whip.
Yeah.
Splash.
But you
Says in
love it.
character.
Yeah.
Makes
26 at its AC.
That'll hit for show.
It's gonna take 10 broken hilt damage.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. So then you come down and like you cut off part of its like face, just kind of slides off as you smash
Oh
the hilt
my
down on top
God.
of it, but it's still up.
Mother of
It's
God.
still up.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna rear back to give it another strike and probably not hit it with a 13.
A 13 will hit it, yes.
Oh, it's gonna take 13 more damage.
Nice. And so then you
Dang.
kind of finish it off.
Damn.
Where are you punching now, or is it still broken hill damage?
That's still the broken hilt.
Okay, yeah. So you come across its dome, and then just like boom, the head just kind of rips off and cascades into the pots and pans
Thanor.
on the thing beside it, and that's when you really hear a lot of commotion from the kitchen from the outside.
God damn it.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna
Carmichael, you should probably check that out.
assume a ready position.
Oh, don't worry, I'll eventually be able to act.
I'm having this pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
Not before those dumbass statues that are headless now. Okay, so both of them kind of get up. Oh wait, sorry. You
The statue
knock
entered the room.
Yeah, you knock its head off.
Yes.
Okay, but let me see here.
But the body's still willing.
Yeah. So you knock its head off, TJ,
Mhm.
but you see it still standing, and it lashes out with you with its left arm, which luckily this zombie apparently was left-handed in a former life. And so, boom, give me that crit, baby.
Also a hand model.
Okay, so you are going to take 7 damage from it,
Oh lord.
and then
Okay.
it falls dead. No, it doesn't. Sorry, that's old zombies, I think. Okay, and then I'm gonna assume that a 14 doesn't
Stronger
hit
than
you.
ever.
It does not.
Okay, and then the next one, oh fuck, god damn it. The next one swipes at you with his right arm, and then the one beside it swaps with the left. But both of those miss you. As you can tell, they're trying to like just knock you off your feet so they can get on top of you.
Yeah, I'm just like kneeling it right now.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna say, you think that's air you're breathing? Even though I know they're zombies and they don't breathe.
and they go.
They don't?
Yeah.
And then it will be Brad's turn. So
Who?
you're shining your shoes. You're shining your shoes in the other room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you really think nothing is wrong?
No, I came into the.
Oh,
the
and you're just shining your
but
shoes in
I'm
here.
just shining my rooms, but
That's even weirder.
I'll I'll forgo my turn or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just shining your shoes away, whistling. Honestly, you can, in your mind, you can't actually hear it, but you can almost hear the music that's in that Carmichael can hear.
Now, should I be? How long does that last? Will it be like a rest before?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Then it will be James, your turn.
Okay, so I would have heard the scuffle.
Yeah, you at least heard like the crashing of pots and pans.
Okay, so I'm gonna run into the ring.
Crushing
Okay.
And what
Hey,
do I see?
You see 3 what you would assume to be lifeless corpses that have somehow become animated. You run
Oh,
in
shit.
right as 2 of them are swiping, and you see Theanor masterfully dodge 2 of them, but then you see another one who somehow without a head still gets a good swipe on Theanor.
Okay, so that statue's head that I have, I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw it at the one closest to.
Nice.
hell yeah, dude.
You're going to throw it at the headless one, or you're going to throw it at...
Oh my god, it's gonna have a fucking.
Think of the puns though. Think of the puns if you throw it at that.
Well, I would definitely throw it at the one. I'd try to throw it in the chest at the one closest to.
Do you
Okay,
have a
yeah.
pun
So
matrix?
So that
Theanor.
would be not... Or the one closest to it would probably be considered the without the head, because it was the one that actually hit him.
Okay, so it'd be that one then.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
So that'd be with my strength modifier.
Yeah, for sure.
So that'd be a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit
You
for sure.
Crush that thing.
All right. I don't know what kind of damage it will do.
It'll do
D8.
head damage, so yeah, you can roll a d10 for it, and then add
Oh,
your strength modifier onto it.
Damage.
Boom. Do 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
Yep.
Did you just headbutt it?
No, he threw the statue head at it.
Okay.
Please, someone say
So
he should have
you throw the statue head so hard, you see it go through the middle of it, and there's just like a big gaping hole, which is like a little bit of intestine still hanging there.
Oh god.
And it's still just up.
It's still just hanging in there.
Oh my,
Oh my gosh. So as I see it do that with my other hand, because I threw it with my right hand, so with my left hand, my hand's I'm gonna do like a fake gun gesture with my thumb and index finger, and then the tip of my finger is gonna flip up, and I'm gonna shoot it.
Nice.
For 13.
That'll hit for show.
Yes. And a pistol does 1d10.
Yeah. Because you're this close. You're pretty close.
Boom.
Boom. 10. And then, okay, yeah. So
Dude, we're
you-
crushing our pistol rolls,
Yeah.
Brick.
So you blast another hole through it. 10. Let's get it. Let's get it.
These things are tanky.
Okay. And then, yeah, as you blast pretty much you can consider the missing head a hole, the huge gaping hole in its stomach a hole, and then you kind of place it where you think the heart would be, like just that classic human kill shot. And you shoot it
Classic.
through it, and it sits there, and then it like just falls over in a crumpled mass of
Thank God.
body
Awesome.
parts.
Of deadness?
Yeah, of crazy deadness.
So as that happens, I'm going to equip my shield
Mhm.
and then put my cloak from my back to over one shoulder,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get into
My shoes
like a
are
defensive stance.
shiny.
Okay. And then it will be
My shoes
Brittany's turn.
are shiny.
All right. I'm going to, because I'm not a very big fan of zombies.
Well,
I'm going to use my longbow.
my shoes.
You're gonna have to
And-
get in there first.
Oh. Can I just peek in the doorway?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna peek in the doorway just enough so I can get some good accuracy on my longbow.
Okay.
Fire straight, miss.
That door stand?
God, how is that so much creepier than the actual zombies?
Crack.
Elo's a weird dude. He's not even coming to save his best friend in the
15
world.
on zombie number 1.
Wait, where did everybody go? Off to save the day again.
This is so creepy. Do I hit him?
Oh, yeah, you definitely hit it.
Okay, so and that's gonna be 10 damage.
10 damage, nice. And so it kind of goes and it kind of pins him against the wall for a second, and you see him kind of sitting there, that classic zombie pin squirm, and then he kind of pulls off of it.
Well. Do.
And then, can you shoot twice or no?
Longbow? I don't think so.
Okay. And okay, yeah. So that was kind of like a cool move where you kick the door open, and while it's open, you shot your bow and hit it, and the door closes so you don't have to see him anymore.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And then it will be. Sorry. It'll be Brandon's turn.
All right, I'm guessing I hear this too.
Yeah, everyone has. The only one who maybe has overlooked it is Carmichael.
Carmichael.
But
Oh,
I mean,
Michael.
who was just completely oblivious. Eloy definitely just overlooked it, and but yeah, you definitely heard it.
All right, so I'm gonna burst in with my new toy, kind of do a combat roll in, and then Burt Macklin around the room,
Nice.
and then I look to see if
Anyone's watching?
so all that damage they did, was that just on one zombie?
Yeah, and that one died.
Okay, so there's two that are at full health.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. It has one of its arrow in
Yeah,
it,
one
right?
of them.
Okay.
Okay, so as you kind of roll through and you stand up in your Burt Macklin pose, the zombie was pinned, but you see it pull itself kind of from out,
Okay.
and it's just kind of sitting there.
Now, with the 20-foot cube, can I drop that in between the two zombies where it only hits them?
No, this room is actually very small. It's just like a small kitchen. So, with a 20-foot cube, you would hit it would just completely cover the whole room.
Well, I mean, I could do half of it, right? In other words, are they away from everybody?
No, like they're standing right by Theanor, and Brick is right by him because they're like in combat with them.
Okay, gotcha. That may not be the best thing to do then. I will.
If you want to do a ranged missile attack at me, I'll throw it back at you.
No, I'll just try to grab the attention of the one that is on Thanor.
Okay.
And bite my thumb at him. He has to do a wisdom save.
Everybody knows zombies are super wise.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And if it beats me, I'm gonna shoot myself with this pistol.
With the way Ryan's been rolling,
It definitely
don't
does
think
not.
Okay.
You can tell.
Yes, sight.
Yeah, this is somehow not a very wise zombie.
All right, so he's gonna take 1 psychic damage, but he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Nice. And so you like, as you bite your thumb at him, it like blasts him in his mind. He like rears back in a like crazy zombie head shake type situation where he's grabbing his noggin, and he's just like. Rah, rah, rah.
And then with the rest of my movement, I duck out with the wood elf.
Nice.
It sounds like a party in there.
God.
Okay, and then it will be Carmichael's turn.
All right, so
Go get him, buddy.
well, I'm sitting there. I guess the last thing that's happened with me is I'm sitting there drinking. I try to pat my friend on the back. I know something is amiss, but then my eyes caught by the servants bringing the drinks and everything, and then all of a sudden,
you also see your friends like moving in and out of the door as well.
right,
Killing servants.
Oh yeah, actually, like I guess my eyes will turn. I hear like a kind of a crash when when Theanor like does something, and then I see like I see Fetch come in, like shoot a bow at something, close the door. Sonnet action rolls in. It was amazing, and I make a note of myself to comment on it later. Shoot and then leave, and I'm kind of confused. And I look over. What do I see when I'm looking at like the zombies?
You're looking in the door.
Well, like I guess where I'm sitting, like, am I able to like? Will you like ping where they are exactly? I know where I'm sitting.
They're like
but...
in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're moving in and out of
the
this door.
computer.
So if you're sitting out here, you really just kind of see the door opening, someone shooting in, Sonnet rolling in, then Sonnet coming back out, and then like you heard the clang, and you can hear everything that's going on. Okay.
No, it's going on. So I hear this, and like it starts to snap me out. Let's say I look over at my mute friend, and like I'm looking at him, and it just seems strange. And so I look kind of at the food, and it just doesn't look right exactly. I look down at my drink, and I start to notice that like it's not really what I thought it was. And then I realize I've been drinking the entire time, and I'm like, oh man, I have to throw this up. And so I of course run to the kitchen.
Nice. So as you burst through the door, you see like this crazy scene of like these undead bodies, but to your right you see like a basin.
And then I see them, and I see the basin, and I ended up oh crap. One sec. I end up just throwing up just right on the floor. Like I see the zombies, I'm grossed out. I just vomit just everywhere.
Everywhere. Nice. Okay.
And then my illusion, I had the mask. It all fades. I'm just back to my basic like clothing.
Monocle.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. It will be TJ, your turn.
All right.
Everyone's gone, right? Yep.
Yes.
TJ, your turn.
I think so. All right. The one that's right next to me. I don't know if it's the one that's been damaged.
both of them are pretty like close. They're within melee distance of you.
Yeah, whatever that one is. I'm just gonna turn to it and attack.
Just beat the shit out of it. That hits.
Yeah. All right. There's 8 damage, and then go back with another broken hilt. It's gonna take 12 more damage.
Nice.
So it's
Are
20.
you getting the one? We'll say the one that had the arrow in it was closest to you.
Okay, then yeah, I'm hitting that one.
Okay.
So it's at 20 damage right now.
Okay, yeah. So as you come in with the second broken hilt thing, you get a good chunk of its like ribs out of it.
And it's still standing.
Yeah, still standing.
All right, now I'm gonna just go to just straight punching it.
Zombie noises.
Yeah, so 7 more damage,
Okay, nice.
and that's just gonna be like, we'll say like a karate chop at its neck.
Okay, yeah. So let's see what happens.
He's got that chop damage.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So you like almost clean chop through its neck when you karate chop it, and its head like kind of flies up from the momentum, and then it just kind of lands back down on its body, and it's just kind of balancing there, and you see the tongue kind of roll out, and then but it's still like moving around.
So it's still standing.
Yeah, still standing.
So in a flurry of blows, I'm gonna see if I can't get one more good hit on it. So it's gonna take 5 more as I like bring a knee up to its gut.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's see what that does. Boom. Okay, yeah. So you get the knee right in the gut, and you feel like almost the backside of it just blow out from behind, but it's just kind of sitting there, just showing ribs. It's one side of its rib, and it's kind of leaning over to that side, and its head slowly starts to slide off onto the ground, but it still is standing.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. And then it will be...
Freaking
Brad.
thing for
No, my
32,
turn.
and
Yeah,
it's still hitting. It's still standing.
Okay, and then it takes a huge swipe at you.
Okay.
It'll miss horribly.
Just
And then the other one tries to grapple with the big mechanical thing because it sees a big threat to it, and it like almost just baby slaps against you, James.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Who?
brick.
Yeah.
And then it will be Bradley's turn.
All right, I'm going to. No, I better not do that. I'm gonna go over to the door and cast Mage Hand to push it open,
Oh, badass.
and then I'm going to whisper in Sonnet's ear. Your friends are dying. You better save them. And that'll be my turn.
Nice. If you don't have inspiration, you can have it, and then it will be James. Your turn.
All right. So the one that grappled me,
Yep.
I'm gonna swing my sword at its leg because I noticed like when Theanor like used his karate chop on his neck that is easily his head easily detached from his body.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna swing my sword at its leg,
Nice.
trying to like decapitate it. So a 23 2.
Yeah, you definitely leg capitate it.
All right, and that does a 1.
Your attack rolls are gonna be +6, James, because you have proficiency in them too.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh, I
have
always
proficiency.
forget to do that.
Yeah.
I was just letting you know.
I appreciate it. So yeah, that's gonna be a. Do I add my modifier, right?
Yeah.
It's the damage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the
that's
modifier.
fine. So that's 10. 10 slashing damage.
To the one that
To
tried to
its-
grapple you, not the one that was TJ attacked.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So you like slice its legs, or you get it at about the knees, and it's from the knees down. Its legs just kind of like fly out from beside it, and it like falls perfectly onto like the stubs of where its knees used to be, and it's just like sitting. Yeah, and it's just like sitting there like a midget zombie, like pawing up at you.
Okay. And so after like I'm swinging right to left, and I do like a little 360, and then I like try to shove my sword through its face.
Gotcha. The face shove.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That classic move.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that hits.
that for show hits.
And it takes what? It takes another 10 damage.
Nice. Okay, and so let's see here. Nice. Okay, and so as you come back with that swipe, you sever its head off, and then it's like basically it's just a stub of a body pretty much, and it just falls backwards, and its head kind of rolls on the ground right out of the door, and right in the view of Aiden.
Close enough.
Yeah, and the door closes right behind it, so there's just a zombie head out there.
And you just hear this like shriek.
My mage hand is holding the door open.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
fine with-
yeah,
I'm
so
fine with-
the door doesn't close.
I'm fine with dead bodies, just not dead bodies that come back.
Well, I feel like I was in the doorway.
You had pushed through, saw the sink, or saw the zombies, saw the basin, so you're like right in it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. My turn.
Just throwing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it will be Brandon's turn. Brittany's turn.
So that was. There's one more left.
One more left. You can see
Okay.
it clearly through the open door that's being held open.
I got this. I got this. I'm gonna use my longbow and aim for the head. Did I get him?
Don't miss.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yes! Alright.
I feel like your attacks are +6 as well, Brittany. Maybe not that. I don't know. what your attacks are.
No. It's a +7. That's a +5 for my longbow, but everything else is.
Oh, gotcha.
But, where was I? Oh, yeah.
Damage roll.
And that's gonna be a +2, so that's gonna be 6.
Nice. Let me check it out real quick. Okay, yeah. You like, with the force of your bow, since it's so close, and like goes through him, like it notches through like his ribs or whatever, and kind of pushes him back into the wall, and it actually like kind of traps him there, but his arms are still moving about, like reaching towards Theanor.
Is he going, wow, wow?
No, he can't because like his head isn't on his body.
Yeah, but is he still going, wow, wow?
He can't.
Oh, he has no
No
head.
sounds.
Aww.
Ooh,
Totally
would you say
ruining
he's
the
mute?
effect. Is his head over on the ground going, wow, wow?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay.
And the one right beside you is doing that as well.
I'm terrified.
And, okay, and then is that the end of your turn?
Does anybody need a heal? Going
Yes.
I'll
once?
say
Heal
that.
me.
Rick just squeezed my neck
I
earlier.
don't really need one yet.
Okay, then we'll save
I'm
it.
lightly
Okay.
damaged.
Darling, you should always heal me.
God. I'm gonna go on a mini quest.
Now-
Curing-
Which is
curing him.
creepier.
Now
So-
it'll be Brandon's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke my head back in and shoot the thing.
Nice.
Get in there,
Wait.
little butt.
What? Click and drag. Disable that. So it's gonna be 16,
That'll hit.
and then
Give it that big
Close
dick
enough.
damage.
do what?
Say give it that big dick damage.
Oh yeah. So 5.
Ooh.
5 Burt Macklin damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you kind of walk up to it, and or however far you are away, you get your shot off, and it just like it's already pinned to the wall, and you kind of like, and it's just struggling to reach towards Thanor, and with your shot, its arms just kind of droop down, and it just sits there pinned to the wall now.
Is it dead?
Dead AF.
And I look
Nice shot, sport.
over at Theanor, and I blow the smoke off, and I say, "That's 2 for 2."
I'm just gonna ignore him.
And I just say louder because I assume he didn't hear me.
So they're all dead?
Yeah, all of them.
Aren't you guys the greatest heroes of the day?
I just need a short rest, and we can go investigate one of those other rooms maybe another time.
Rest.
Give me a
Yeah,
second.
I'm gonna investigate the room, like look around.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, really this kitchen is just full of, like, rusted pots and pans. You see the body that they were eating kind of looks like, I mean, it may have been a fresh human corpse. They pretty much just completely destroyed it, but there's a lot of blood everywhere, and it almost looks like an animal the way they've kind of just torn it apart and everything.
What's your song of rest, Brandon? You still have that?
Yeah, you can add a D6. Let me make sure it hasn't gone up.
I'm gonna pick up the zombie head that's on the floor beside Aiden and I, and just kind of hold it up and make kissy faces at it.
Nah. Okay, I'm going. Can I go into the room now that they're dead?
Yeah, so a D6.
And
All right, that's
I
actually.
want to go find my arrows that I had shot. Can I do that?
Yeah. Two. You shot. How many you shot?
I
Two.
shot
or
two.
one? Okay, so
I shot
one
two.
of them is actually kind of ruined because it hit the wall, and it kind of like blunted the tip of it. But you can actually take the arrowhead and get another one. You can save the silver. Is basically what you can do.
Okay, perfect.
What you can probably tell just by looking at it is for every arrowhead that you pick up that's ruined, two of them will make one arrow whenever you get back. Like you can have it turn it back into one arrowhead.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'm not reaching into that guy to get a bullet.
You don't want to reach into the
Nah,
zombie.
I'm good.
You just see
I
me
don't mind,
walk
so I
over and
just do
shove
it.
my hand right in his chest.
And hand
you-
it back to him.
Don't worry, buddy. I got it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's just like dead bodies. There's throw up everywhere. There's just
So
blood
now
everywhere.
that we're in the kitchen, how many like doorways are there?
In the kitchen, there were no doorways.
How many?
Are there any
None.
doorways in the Great Hall though?
None.
Like they were in.
Right.
Carmichael
in the-
doesn't,
where
you know,
y'all came
enjoy
from?
throwing
So
up,
do
but
we-
it's
Yeah, in
a
the
great
hall.
way to stay in shape.
In the hall.
So do we need to loop
this-
back into the main foyer?
The only doorway
there's-
is
there's
right
one right
here,
here,
and
yeah.
After further investigation, it just seems to be like a pantry closet that just has a bunch of like, just
Yeah, we would go back to the foyer then.
yeah, really gross stuff. Okay, since it's 11:20, we'll do this.
Yeah.
As you walk back into the foyer,
No.
you are filing back in, and almost from up above you, the house just starts to rumble, and you just hear like a and the house rumbles, and then and the house
Oh,
rumbles,
God.
and it seems as if it's just right above you, almost maybe even the floor above you, the room above you, perhaps, and then just one more time, boom, and the house rumbles, and then we'll just stop there for the night.
All right. Good sesh.
Goodness.
I can't believe Thanor didn't light the house on fire.
Not yet. I'm that's gonna be
yeah.
my opening gambit.
We're in the
Don't worry.
Here's the thing: if I know there's vampires there, or I had to see the vampires, and they're gonna get
next
lit.
week I might cast a spell.
Don't worry, guys. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, I've been meaning to ask your character what the deal is with him, like when we get a second, but life's so fleeting for you humans.
So Brentley, you can
Especially
see
him.
like the spirits of the dead, yeah?
Maybe.
You got like a Hellboy power?
Sonnet. Perhaps.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
trying to figure out what everybody's reveals were. And then, James, you just seem to have like a personality upload.